We're just getting all of the studio up. So Medicine Woman Solution presents Brenda Power. I'm a medicine woman. Yes. I just put a video up on YouTube and it was very raw. Hello, Marty. We have no idea the depths of how much our mind and body are connected. How much life and emotions affect our body, how emotions change our DNA. You know, we age and we think, oh, I don't feel it, or I don't think about it anymore. I must be healed. And that's not true. So everybody let me know that you're here so I can see that you said hello. I feel alone all of a sudden. It's part of that feeling I have. If you watch the video, you'll know what I mean. So there was so much going on. And in the last few days, it's been your mothership issues are coming to the surface. And it's like, what? So what is a mothership? A mothership is like where the big ass issue is sitting. You know, you got your day-to-day shit. You got your surface stuff. But it's the stuff that really sets the GPS to, have a shitty day. You know, people don't quite get that. And one of the things that's very important is to not live externally. Like right now, I'm freaking out. I'm looking at the numbers go up, down, don't see anybody. One, I have to pay attention because I'm the host, and then I'm looking at all of these things that are very important to look at. Number two, there you go. Hey, Betty. And number two, it is this inner child in me. Again, if you haven't watched the video, I highly suggest you do. I don't know. I'm curious about the feedback. And the reason why I'd like some feedback is because you got to see me in my meditation, giving myself a reading. Doing a live meditation is what I want to teach you, which is your day-to-day of having your brainwave at a certain way so that you are not just ego. And so it's then you are in spiritual investigation is what I have these pieces. I have been seeing them, but they haven't come to a head yet. And when everything starts to rearrange itself, you can't. There's an urge inside where you have to do the investigation and find out why. You not do it through ego. Ego will just make it anal. And let me tell you the worst thing to do if you're doing it in ego is that the brain is trying to cope, pacify, manage, and deal with this emotion that's vibrating and it's looking to be resolved. But we don't know, and we forgot how to resolve it out of our body. So what happens is that we think, we get in our head, minus our heart, we shut down our first and second, third chakra and go in, or we don't shut them down. We go into only them and we're in complete survival mode. We shut down our heart and anything above. As we rationally try to comprehend the experiences that were either the fresh experience of this shit just happened or processing things that happened, 40 some years ago, but it feels just like it just happened. What happens is the brain, okay, you're in ego, you're certain brainwave, you're in possibly most everybody I've ever been in has been in high beta. That means that brainwave is so high, there's no coherency. What's going on in the brain? There's no connection to the body or the heart. So then it feels left out. And then you think, and you're trying to delete, distort, and generalize. Delete, distort, and generalize. I need a pinpoint. I need to blame. So you're living externally. So everything outside of you is coming in at you at once. And it gets very frightening. And whatever fires together, wires together. So if you're constantly thinking, you're making more synapses and dendrites, and you are creating a track so deep that that's when I say, it goes to the bone, not meaning it goes to the bone as much as it goes so deep inside of you that now your meridians are scrambling, and it's your body is your cells are being coated with new information. Instead of light and love and good, it is this terrible thing that's affected you. Now you can overcome it. You can choose not to think it, which is a form of repression. But even in meditation, if you're thinking of your hells while you're meditating, you still are going to create a track. And it drives it deeper into the limbic system, which is that part of the emotional brain. Dr. Dispenza will even show you and tell you all about that. For he's been doing brain studies through meditation and different things. And he can help people awaken that Kundalini, help them to get to open that pineal, and you go on to getting new information to download into your nervous system, and then your body becomes healthier, instantaneous healings and stuff like this. But if we can't do that, or we're not ready for that, there is the stuff that I do. And I was in a forum yesterday. Now, ever since I got my phone, I can go into groups. I just can't be bothered to go into groups on the big PC. So I'm looking at it, and this person says, well, what do you do when body code don't work anymore? Now, body code is the extension of emotion code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. Now, I've taken both of those, have the certification, all of this stuff, you know. But what it boils down to is, see, I just got distracted by the outside. What does it boil down to? Wow. See, it doesn't take much for certain things, especially when your nerves are already in high alert. And when your first and second and third chakra are saying, we need to cover our bases, and anything that distracts us, we're supposed to protect ourselves. And I wasn't even dropped. Spirit usually drops me. No, I am to feel this. So yesterday, Amy and you saw the beginning of the show that really was very frustrating for both her and I. Now, I did not know that I raised my hand as the soul to be the asshole in her life yesterday to cause her pain. I had no idea. I just know on my end, I'm having a lot of stress going on in my body, and I can't freaking figure it out. I'm supposed to be doing a live show, and they decided to, ignite that switch. And when I say they, spirit, which I mean is that my unresolved stories decided to come on right when I'm going on the show. And the universe has rearranged it because I said I wanted to be such and such. She said she wanted to be such and such. It's all for our higher good. But in order to get to that higher good, where we're meant to be, we have to let go of the shit that we think we should be, or we're supposed to be, or that we so identify with. Now, what's important to understand is that when you have your pain and it's happening, you can fly off the handle, you can say things you don't mean, you can go into that little self and be your 2-year-old self responding, because that's how the first time you had to handle that experience would be that about that age. She was going through all the stuff that we have to go so deeply about. Now, I did some work. She spent 12 hours of just healing. And the signs from the universe in this live experience or live meditation is that, your connections are unstable. So I'm going to have to take that as a sign that I need to reconnect up. As I allow myself to reconnect up with spirit, my body is falling apart, and you wouldn't know it. But my body doesn't know how to process certain foods. It should, but it doesn't. It's very hard for me to process fats. It's hard to process, and those represent something. But what it boiled down to in the video was I've been trying to figure out, why do I have karmic debt? Well, at 7 years old, I had gone through a period of somebody molested me a couple days before my birthday. I was at a birthday party. They were celebrating her birthday and my birthday. They were just a couple days apart. And the adults, one adult reminded me of my brother, so I felt safe. We had fun. Everybody was playing. Everything was good. Then that night was not very good. And you can think the worst, and you're right. It happened. And I worked so much on the mental and the emotional and healing it. I didn't store it. I didn't repress it. I did that as a kid. I remember I could not handle it. I felt like it was going crazy. My personalities changed. People was wondering what's wrong with me. And I remember throwing it all into the field. And there was an actual field, with trees and things. Not the quantum field. I just threw it out in the field. Okay. Just threw it out there. And 30-some years later, as I'm driving by that same spot, I look over and I'm hit with my own shit that I had put out there. And so then I end up using tools and I could resolve out the emotional and the mental. And, I felt it leave the physical. But at this point, it had already engrooved itself into a new, the next step of life. So there, everybody around me that wants attention, it's normal. My kids, when they were little, they wanted extra attention. But inside of me, I would just feel, and it would always start like down in the first, second, and third chakra. It was just always such a, oh my God, I can't handle this. Because everybody wants me to do what they want. Everybody wants this attention. And I know growing up prior to that, I had to, when you're dealing with somebody that's violent, and not just physically, but verbally as well, and emotionally used to blackmail. And you learn as a child, and you can only think irrational because you don't have logical ability at that point. And so you form your thinking around irrational thinking, and you're doing everything you can to survive, create stability, safety, security, and you do stupid stuff and you come up with different things. And so as you get older, you're meant to resolve your issues and evolve from it. But if you can look out in the world, it's like we forgot that. We forgot how to upgrade. We forgot how to do the ability, if this makes sense. If it makes sense, let me know. If anything I need to explain, let me explain. Ask questions. So I had my own set of rules of what to do when somebody would be flying off the handle, emotionally, physically, mentally, and all this. As a child, I came up with, okay, if I just do it their way and calm shit down, then I'll be okay and everything will be all right again. Well, you take that lesson and you apply it to the new, fresh freaking experience that happened at 7. Now, during that, my mother had told me, because I beat up a boy for breaking my purple crayon. It was a brand new, perfect purple crayon. And if any of you ever had OCD, you know what happens when you take something that you like and you want to keep it pristine, and all of a sudden it gets destroyed. Intentionally by somebody. So anyways, as a child, I responded. I beat him up. I've been known for most of my life to be, you are a strong girl. I got so mad when I was 20 something. My friend, which is the neighbor, which was my best friend, she, we're adults and 20 something, and she was pissing me off. And I'm like, what the? And it was my sister's graduation. And I got so mad, I just picked her up and threw her in the trash can. I just literally thought, I can't take any more of this shit. Picked her up, walked over, threw her into those round trash cans. I said, I'm done with your shit. And then I tried to put the lid on it. I wasn't even being funny. I was just done. And then I walked away. I had a boy coming running at me, a teenager, and he was so mad at me, he was going to knock me over. And all of a sudden, if you've ever been in a karate stance, you know it's hard to move. I just remember I put all my energy in the ground. I says, all right, bring it on. And I remember all the energy went straight to the earth, and he went to hit me and come and run at me full force. He bounced off and landed, and then he ran home. I'm like, what just happened? I created a force field I didn't know I did. I'm like, I don't know if I can recreate that. So, and so this little boy, about my age, I think it was 4 or 3, I don't remember. All I know is he broke my crayon, and I literally beat him up and gave him a black eye. My mother's like, it's not okay to hurt people. No more hitting people. Okay? If you're mad, you need to go and release it some other way. No hurting people. So now I'm a teenager, 12 or 13, and my girlfriend, we lived in the apartments, and I went down, and she's trying to demand that I do her homework and I do her dishes. And I'm like, those are your jobs. And I remember getting so mad, I got up and I didn't say anything. I just left. And she was mad because she couldn't control me. My dishes aren't done and you haven't done my homework. And I'm just like, and if anybody knows me, I won't speak. I'll just shut up and walk away. And apparently that's the worst. That really gets people's goat, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, whatever. You could see him going into a tantrum. And all I could think of was, I am not doing this. And so I marched 2 doors down. I go in and I shut my screen door. I lock it. And my mother worked 3rd shift. Everybody knows that if somebody works 3rd shift, they're sleeping during the day. Of course, this incident had to happen during the day. Right above that screen door is my mother's bedroom. Now, my job was I'm supposed to keep everybody quiet, including my sisters and all the freaking neighbor kids. Stay away. I mean, like, oh. Anyways, I marched home. I locked that screen door, and she's over there just out that screen door screaming and hollering. And then I hear my mother holler, and it's like, okay, what do? I can't hit her. I can't do anything. I can't fight back. That was the thing. Don't fight back. That was the other thing that was taught to me, because we had a house full of kids. And so I took and I unlocked the door, and boom, just so she opened it. She had it. And so the timing was perfect. So she hit herself. That's what I told myself. And she went flying on the floor, on the ground, on the tar mat, the tarvia. And so then my mother's screaming, oh, fine, I'll take it outside then, fine. So I had to leave my protection, go outside. And because I was taught, don't fight back, you don't sit there and hurt another person, all these rules in me, I'm like this much taller than she is, and I have to stand there, and she's hitting me, and I'm not saying anything, and that made her more mad. And I'm like, but I'm not going to raise my voice, because then my mother's going to yell at me for yelling. She knocked me down. I scraped my knee. I get back up, and then she's like, finally, after I think her mother came out and dragged her ass back in or something, I don't remember. Then I go inside the house, and my mother comes in down and rings on me, goes back up to bed. And my mother turns around and she says, why didn't you fight back? I didn't know I could. And then I think about when I was 7 years old, why didn't I fight back? So you have all these things you don't even know is there. So if you watch the video, you're going to see how all of a sudden I went into the state of arrested development. I didn't know how to fight back. I didn't know that I could be MacGyver and pick something from the root and smack the guy in the head. I didn't know, because all I knew is he was bigger than me, and in the engrams, and the engram is that everything equals everything. And when you're in a situation, light represents pain, or dark represents pain. And then if there's pain in that moment, then even the color blue or something will represent that hell, that experience, everything, the smell, everything. It's like when you eat your favorite food, like mac and cheese, and then you throw it up and you're like, don't you dare feed me mac and cheese again for a good month. It just reminds you of puke, and the taste and the smell and all that. That's how. And I remember when I was raped, when I was 13. I couldn't fight back. And these are programs in the past. This is what I'm telling you, people. These are unresolved programs. And these are programs that are also, this is what I did to survive. It worked then. I can use it now. Well, it doesn't, because it leaves you vulnerable to other shit. These are the things that I see when I look at your energy cords. These are the things that I know that need to be resolved to evolve. These are the things that cause you to be in anxiety, panic, and depression. These are the things that cause you to do stupid shit. And you're like, why did I do that? Why can't I talk back? Why? Because when you hit arrested development, there's no way. All the rules are telling you, you can't do this. It's like when I tried to figure out how to do my homework, the hardest part was trying to figure it out. My brain, my energy was all off. Didn't know what that was, but it formed symptoms. These simple symptoms in my body. Now, going back to the body code and watching how people say, well, I've rolled this out, I've done all this. And if you understand body code and emotion code, they use, it's kind of like what I use, but they use magnets to roll it out of the governing meridian. You've seen me do that. Doesn't take care of everything, because the symptoms are there, the rules that you came up with, these belief systems, these, all of these arrested development, everything is there. And you have to take and invest in yourself and do the work and see it and unravel it, not through your anal mind, not through your monkey mind, not through the ego. Because that's just going to say, that bitch just said, oh, God, you hurt me. And your pride will get hurt. You'll think that I'm being mean. And if you're looking through me through your filter, there's no way to get new information in. Your brain wants to learn differently. I want to teach you differently. I want to show you differently. That's why the video went up. And it's so important for all of you to just reach that 2 and 2. That's funny, all these twos. It's time, another couple twos. It's time for us to come to resolving these issues. People don't even know that it's so. Anyways, in the body code, they're going, well, I have all these symptoms, all these things here, and I can't get rid of it. And I'm like, so I explained that there's and I know, because I didn't know this information either until I studied it. Candace Pert talks about how the cells are emanating an energy and the emotions come in and lock in. And what happens is that now you have to vibrate to that. So you're addicted to your emotions. I mean, watch What the Bleep Do We Know? And I want to calm those down. I found a way. And when they turn into symptoms, and how do you get to be symptoms? Well, it's because you encode your experience, not just with emotions, but you tell your meridians exactly how to function. And then you wonder why you physically are sick. We have to take and break down those units, and we have to see those stories and the lies and the things that we use as excuses and reasons and all these things that lock us in there. And when you look at it, there's less light inside those cells. What's that mean? Your spirit is not hanging out in that place as strong as it wants. We shouldn't even have to have electricity, because our light of our cells should be so illuminating. But we don't. Okay? We just don't have that. We have forgotten. And not only forgotten that we're in the stage of remembering, because we're in the state of evolution instead of involution. But we also need to upgrade. And I'm having a meditation on the 12th, which is tomorrow. 1212 is a gateway. It is an ascension code process. It doesn't matter whether you're live or you're not. Somebody says, well, yeah, I won't get the healing. Well, here's the thing. When you come, you can follow along. If I see the pattern in all of you, and I say you need to hold L2S, And think of this, chances are all of you are going to need to do the same thing because it's about entering that state. So if you come on and you're like, oh, I want you to get connected and to do it. You can do this meditation over and over and over. I mean, 3 days before, during, and 3 days after. I mean, it actually lasts longer, but those are the very key points. So you can do this meditation over and over. And even after the date, you still can do the meditation because it is everything's a spiral. It's not linear. So it doesn't matter where you are in your process. Taking that first step is amazing because eventually you're going to get more out of it. It's like reading a book. Read it again. Oh, read it again. Oh, how did I miss it that time? But you're experiencing it and learning it deeper because you're actually beginning to record it and remember it. Because when you read it, you can just forget it. But if you read it and learn it and teach it, you record it, keep it, and memorize it in such a way that it's personal to you so that you can actually decide to grow. And it's important to understand that these emotions that are in there, they can come out. They can be resolved. And now, I haven't got a chance to do the healing because I had to do the show. But now, I can look at it and understand why I have karmic debt. It's not your normal karmic debt. Somehow it's all, I have to look deeper, but somehow it's all connected in there. But when I got that, I look emotionless because I'm channeling for myself. That's why I record. So I can go back and go, oh, I need to take notes. And then I can heal it. But I had an epiphany. It was like, what the fuck? Because these are the things that I put on the shelf. And that's what you're going to get when we learn these courses. You're going to learn how to do empowerment through enlightenment. You're going to have to learn how to do spiritual investigation. These are very simple, but yet sound complex because you're not used to it. It's all connected. You're right. Amy, use your bobble wand on yourself if you're freezing. Okay. Now, what's important is that it's about you learning this material, and it's not just about getting a reading. I realized that I'm for the healers. I'm a healer for the healers, not just a psychic reader. And when those people were posting that they saw this and this and this, and I says, well, I just put simply, you need to use the other tools with this. Oh, well, I do, but there's nothing out there. And I said, but there is. I'm doing it. But then again, how do you prove it? I'm trying to look through all the videos about, well, how I could prove it. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Except for the fact is that, just give them a link and see what they do. I know I feel better. And when you try to explain it, there's really not enough energetic vibrational words to explain it, because the way we link our words together, we're so used to talking negative. We're all so used to talking flippant, and we don't. So when I'm using words that I know you already know, you don't know them in the way that I'm using them, because we're never taught through this paradigm to wake up and realize that your mind and body is connected, that the emotions have everything to do with your life. And the way that we delete, distort, and generalize. Oh, I like how Marie said that. She says, we are the proof. Yeah. And that's why we have to begin to walk and talk and demonstrate that life is changing, and we are doing it. We're doing it. And without you realizing it, you're being watched all the time. Well, let's put it that way. Hold on, I got something that's funny. Ego says, oh, I'm paranoid. People are watching me. Guess what? They are. Somebody is. But in the sense that their soul lined up with your soul and they wanted to learn experience. I've had people come up to me and say, thank you. I had somebody said that to me today. They sent me a meme and says, you're the woman. It says, you're the woman that goes around and fixes everybody else's crown without telling them that it's crooked. And I wanted to cry. Because I felt so much love, but then at the same time, I crave it, I want it, I desire it, but not in the way that it's yearning and longing and it's missing. I know it's there. But at the same time, I can feel this block inside of me. So people are wanting my attention. And I will give you my presence. I will give you my moment. I will give you that because that is what you want and you need and you deserve. That's what makes it personable, is about being together. But inside of me, there are times that I can't because I don't know where the energy is coming from. It's like I have nothing left in my own tank. And I need that introvertness. And I need that moment to gather the energy I do have. And that means I have to go and find something that has the rest of my energy. And I think I found it. I'll be so happy when I get to heal that completely out. That's part of the mothership. Thank you, Mauritius. I hope one day to fix your crown too. It is very powerful that we can stand here and can feel the difference of life. Self-care. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing self-care. We're doing it in a unique way. 12. This meditation is going to be so deep. I mean, if you want in, there's actually put a button up. I couldn't find a button, but I found a button. You click it and you can go there and pay. Doesn't matter when you do it. You can do it live. You can do it separately. Live, it's always better, but you can do it whenever. And it's the energies that come through and connect. Spirit already knows who's going to be there. Spirit already knows. So they've already included you in the frequency. You know all who you are. So buy your ticket. Get here. Do this. So I'll be here tomorrow at noon. And and there's a lot of prep work. You need to understand the angels. You need to understand the platonics, the Metatron cube, the Merkaba. Why do you need to know this? You don't need to know this. But by you knowing this, you create a file system so that you get to tap, twang like a tuning fork that tunes you into this different frequency. And you get something more out of this than somebody that just off the street and didn't know anything and decided to just listen. They're going to get something. But you're intentionally doing this and putting this information there that when it's said or done and felt, even if there's no words, you're going to go, oh, something is different. And some of you are just going to go leaps and bounds with your visualization. Some of you are like, I felt like I was just there and nothing happened. Trust me, your blueprint, your monadic blueprint, your divine blueprint, or every part of you is working because it's all about the evolutionary process now. It's all good. Yeah, sacred geometry. I know you're just getting little bits and pieces. We're not going to do the full, like when I first did Lionsgate, we're not going to do the full fludge of setting everything up because those that started with that, no. But now Spirit says, you don't need to repeat that. Let's just do it differently. I still would like you to get a candle. I still would like you to, just be comfortable in a quiet space. And it's good to see people. Now, how do we get this out there? As a group, as a tribe, how do we get this message out there for people? And I'm not sure. It's like, where do I go? Who can receive this? And so if anybody got any bright ideas that's not already been known, you know, I'm ready to listen, because it's like, where do I go from here? Honestly, where do I go from here? So it's about being raw. Now I'm going to look, and Sonia is the first as far as the readings. If you would like a reading, it's $9 for 6 minutes. 6 minutes, you can get a hell of a lot. 1 minute, even for the free read, you get a hell of a lot. You can direct this. You can say, hey, I have issues in my gut. Okay. I may notice that the energies will be off first, or I may notice something else occurred, or you have, like the other day, somebody calls me up, set an appointment. And as I'm looking at the energy field, I could see the emotions. And then she says, well, there was a heart transplant. And I said, that takes it to a whole different level. So I zeroed in and asked the heart, talking to the heart. And the next thing you know, we found what we were looking for, the connection that was causing the physical issue. Now, I don't know how it turned out today. I just know when I've done one before, it made a major difference in their health. And this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. So you get to direct it a little bit more. Then after Marie is Amy. Like I said, I killed my iPad. And so I would have you call, but Amy's helping to be the director here. So that's not what I mean. What is it? The word I want? I have no idea. Moderator. And she's in control of the 1 minute emails. Why do I just not take people off the street? It's a good question. I can, and I have, and I usually do. But I've also know that people don't stick around. I want serious people. I want people, what I've got to give is not just a flippant card. What comes through me is the seriousness of taking you to the next level of healing. Does that make sense? I don't know if anybody else can call at the same time if you're on Facebook once. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm curious. Marie, if you wanted to.
I don't know.
Marie could call. That might kick you off.
Well, if it does, I know how to get back to you.
True. But then I can open it up through here, maybe. Oops. As long as it doesn't disturb it. I don't know. I gotta figure out how to shut off notifications. Those things are loud. I don't know if I like hearing that all the time. Isn't that funny? Okay.
You can go in your settings and do it.
Yeah, but that means I have to interrupt the show. I gotta remember to do it beforehand. Okay. Now, what's interesting is I sent someone that video and they just wrote back, we must be on the same wavelength, because that's really helpful. There's a person that's been feeling this particular weird feeling. I know it's there, but I can't see it or feel it. It stops me from connecting with people. And so I sent video to them. It makes sense. They needed to hear those words. And Betty, ordered a Baba wand. Yay! She says, and that night I dreamed about healing with it. Yeah! Spirit's all ready to go then. So I don't know if you got a personal one or you got a standard one.
She got a personal one.
Ooh!
And a standard.
Oh, now remember, Betty, that personal one, keep it for yourself. Now, if you have to use it on anybody else, just know that you cleanse and clear their stuff off of it. I haven't done the video yet because I want to teach a course on it. Maybe that'll come in a week. But there's a process. You don't need to know anything, just aim and point, but it's better. It's so much better when you have that knowledge, because then you're like, I have knowledge, and that's going to give you more power to be able to do what you need to do. And that standard one, always cleanse and clear it after you're done. You can use it on anybody, and you're connecting with it with that person, and it can make a big thing, big difference. If anybody want to know what those are, Amy has a picture of it on, what is your page, dear?
I have it on your page and my page. And
my page, her page, our groups. And the name of her page is Healing Heart and Soul or something like that? Or have you forgotten your own? Oh, good. She says, I did watch one of your older basic videos. All right. I'll check it out. I'm pretty sure it's pretty old. But hey, it's something out there that's good. That's very helpful. So Marie, if you're good to go, you could try calling and we'll see if you know how that works. How does that work? I don't know. We're going to try something different. We'll see if Spirit can solve something. But anyway, there's a lot of growth happening, and if you can pay attention to your life and not listen with your what am I doing with my hair? If you're listening with ego, you're going to have pride, and you're going to have too much of it get in the way, and you're going to want to always be right, and and a lot of things can interfere with how you function. But if you wake up and you realize that I don't like my personality, I don't like these particular feelings, I really like to get a handle on this stuff, I want to not be a victim of my own shit, then I highly suggest that you do so, and you can do it. Now, Marie, would you like me to call you? Where is Marie? I wonder if she got busy. Jennifer, Patricia Burr says. Okay, Marie, I'll call you. Jennifer, she says, yesterday was a great lesson. I was holding emotions that didn't belong to me. Ooh, and I recognized it. Good job. And it was my friend having heart surgery today. Wow, what an eye-opening experience for the first time, and my friend is okay in recovery. Yay! Wow. That's beautiful to get this awareness on that deep level. I mean, literally on that deep level, if that makes any sense, because it can be so eye-opening. So we're going to see how this works without an iPad. I hope it don't screw up my laptop, but we'll see what happens. I was going to say, where'd my volume go? Hello?
Hi.
Hey! Okay, so I think it's working. It'd be very good if it was.
I can hear you.
Oh, well, all right, hold on. Yeah, there's not going to be a video. That's going to be the problem, because I'm using it. Yeah, I'm using it over there. So that's there's the downfall. But you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. That's the important part. Yeah. Okay. Now, you paid for a reading, and is there anything particular that you wanted to talk about?
No, just highest good for today.
Highest good. Okay.
Highest good.
Highest good. We're going to disable that and see what happens. Okay. Now, people want to know, how do you do it? You got to get yourself out of the way, your emotional shit, everything. You just line up in the path. I'm going to teach you these courses. Her highest good. Okay, so now I'm not reaching for the past. We're looking at a surface, and she says, so obsessing, what are you thinking about over and over and over lately? Have you, Marie?
Anger issues with my partner.
There you go. And they're saying that this this obsession of thinking, because thoughts become things, has a lot to do with you distrust what the behavior is. Because sometimes you don't know if it's for your highest good. Is that true?
Yeah. It's just he's not listening. He just doesn't seem to want to listen.
Okay, so here's an average relationship. His husband's being a butthead. He doesn't want to listen. Okay, and it's frustrating the hell out of her to the point where she can't stop obsessing about it. But when I say, okay, tell me more about this, they said, well, there's distrust. Do you distrust? Yes. And then this goes back to when you were 2. You distrusted how they behave because for some reason, when you were growing up, did you feel like the butt of the joke, or did you feel like they didn't really care about you, but only themselves?
Oh, completely, yes. That's very definitely the way it was, yes.
All right, so you heard what she says. Understand her cells are emanating out in energy, magnetically pulling back the emotions. And what does that mean? Her inner world creates her outer world. Her inner world is putting out a vibe, and her outer world and her husband's answering, her mate's answering, saying, oh, I'll do it. And in this case, she's supposed to have the filter of distrust. And he's supposed to show up like a child or an annoying idiot. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So I would say we would want to heal that little child. But that little child says there's so much more going on because she's so used to contracting her energy. And if I ask why,
I asked for this apparently.
on a soul level, we created the situation. On a ego level, we never asked for it. But on this level of the vibration of how we line up to the vibration that we're putting out, is that the little girl inside is worried that nobody will pay attention to her. So much so that she didn't get paid attention to unless it was not nice. That she's made her man in her life today give her way too much attention and not listen. Now, when she's little, she distrusted the people around her and they didn't listen, even when she did speak. So she attracted something good, but she has the same similar issue.
Yep.
And what does it do? It boils down to driving her to be hysterical. You know, we lose our shit.
Unfortunately, that's what does occur.
And we're tired of it. This is where we no longer can tolerate. And it's not that we're a bitch. It's just that our nerves are so taxed. Is that true?
My body is beginning to shut down.
Yes, because we can't make it stop. So our body is going to try to make us survive. But at the same time, why does it want to shut down? And it's like, I'm under stress. I'm going to run. I'm going to hide. I'm going to freeze. And in this case, she's freezing and she's also trying to hide. She's shrinking her energy so much. She's contracting herself so much that it's causing the energy from her loved one feel like it's lofty, and that if they throw a tantrum. Now, Marie, here's the thing. If you know how to be a mother, you're going to have to look at your loved one, that's an adult, and miniaturize him to be a 3-year-old. And now you, and you, how are you supposed to treat a 3-year-old when they throw a tantrum?
You put them in their room until they don't do it anymore.
Well, the power of that feeling, correct? When you're a mother, you can feel like you got this, I don't want to say power over them, but you do have some authority over them, over your child, yes?
Yes. This
Now,
one I do not.
And this here is an adult, and there's a party that you probably will have to do and get into that energy. Now, she's lost that authority energy when it comes to with him because he's an adult. But it's not her job to raise him. But
My throat chakra is completely shut down.
aw, Amy, get your bobble on. Aim it at Marie. All right, so we're going to open things up here. You know that with an adult, they get to be very defensive, and it's louder and it's more annoying and very hurtful. And they know how to use words and things to hurt like hell. Where a child, they throw tantrums and they may say, I hate you, but they're just beginning to learn. But yet at the same time, you don't really take offense to it. And you're like, okay, just get in your time out and calm down. Learn how to process your emotions. That's what you're doing. Okay. So Amy is working on you with the bobble wand on your throat area. And that's what she's doing. And I know the timer rang, but they telling me I need to draw a card. They're telling me that the Queen of Gabrielle, the passionate, charming, brilliant, independent, is that you can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. And it came up in a position that was kind of sideways, which is that you're on the border of choice. Now, the 5th chakra is about choice. And if we can help you heal that younger self, you could take that power back, and then you'll be able to have that authority. Well, first of all, you wouldn't be emanating out to him for being so annoying. But at the same time, you would be able to come, and I've witnessed this for myself, you'll be able to figure out past that arrested development that, you know what, I don't need to put up with this. Yeah. You know that you're being this way. Go put yourself in timeout. Go have a tantrum somewhere else. If you really want to be in this relationship, you're going to straighten up. And you'll have this authority that you can put yourself into. And they say that you have graduated to this point of being a queen, because if you understand the tarot deck, it's the stages of not knowing how to do anything to being a professional. And you're so close to being the king, which means you've
to the knight, to the queen.
Yeah, you've grown quite a bit. But now, the 5th chakra said it's the power of choice, and you're learning. But you also now have to get that. So what happens is that because of that story, she accepted, she believed, and she gave her willpower to, is still active. We have to deactivate that. So I would tell you to do L2D and hold that and feel how helpless you feel when it comes to this situation. I think it just shifted. Did it open up a little bit in the 5th chakra? I feel like.
Hold on a minute.
Okay, because I felt something shift. Amy's working on you from her end. And then my throat took a clear there.
Yes.
She said it did. Okay, so good job, Zane. Keep going until it's finished. I mean, she already knows that. All right, you hold those points and you do that. And it's important for people to understand that you're getting a healing. And I'm going to ride this out just for a little bit. So if you're holding it, let me know. On a scale from 0 to 10, feeling like, everything feels like shit. I know it felt like shit. It's not as strong right now, but what number would you come up with?
Let's say 4 or 5.
Good. Now let's finish this out then.
Okay.
I mean, feel how helpless you feel. Because when he's tacking, when he's doing his loving, annoying... Yeah, I was going to swear, but I didn't. I stopped myself. Yeah, when he does that, the fuckery going around here.
Yeah, basically.
You know, and you're trying very much to hold your own without losing your shit.
No,
But you,
I lose my shit.
yeah, and you can feel it. Her nerves are just like, ah!
Oh, God, you have no idea.
Well, see, yours, he does intentionally. Amy and I, it was not even intentional to one another, but we were both completely out of sync. But at the same time, we were completely in sync because Spirit wanted us both to heal something. That's what I love about how everything unfolds. Ooh, oh, Marie, did that just shift?
Yeah, damn big one.
Yeah, I felt that one.
About a 6, 7 now.
Okay, so we want it to go down to 0. 10 is really bad, so we want it to go to 0. So go the opposite way.
Oh, I said 7. 7. It's going up. It's going up. It's going up better. It's getting better.
Good. Now, I want you to notice that it's hard to trust his energy. That's what they're saying. The distrust is it's hard to trust the energy.
Yeah, because it feels like he's going to keep doing it.
Yeah. Now focus on that one. And so what happens while she's doing that, she's thinking. Now Amy's still working on her end. And Amy, did you notice that it went to the back of the chakra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she's just sitting in one position. But I just seen how all of a sudden Marie's body turned and the 5th chakra in the back is now being cleansed and balanced. And me being the mirror, I can feel it.
This feels much better.
Your head is feeling different too.
Yeah, it is. It's feeling lighter, actually.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. It's balancing. And what I'm doing is I can see it balancing because it's balancing my brain. And so if you understand how mirrors work, you know, she's mirroring me right now so that I can get her body into alignment. So you don't see me doing much, but I'm trying to tell you what I do.
Yeah.
Nah. Gee,
Wow.
that was good.
I feel kind of dizzy, actually.
Okay, just breathe it through because your energy just shot down to your feet and it's trying to ground you.
Ooh.
Now we're changing the oscillating energy from the outside in. So if you ever think of a figure 8, we're changing the oscillating energies.
I'm rocking.
That would not surprise me.
It feels like an umbilical kind of energy, like I'm in the womb.
Oh,
I
cool.
don't know why. It feels like I'm just going back, like receiving.
Good. Now notice that your energy is contracted.
Like safety.
Exactly.
Like I feel safe.
Now, what I need you to do is be taking that safety and I want you to feel safe, secure, and stability and expand it out now. And notice that it's not the body on the outside I want you to expand. I want you to expand that inside of you. Notice the inside of you and just feel like you're being nourished with safety, stability, and security. And just feel that. Amy, that switch to the 2nd chakra.
Yeah, I felt that. I really felt that very, very much so.
Excellent.
It's going up higher. It's going up to the 1st chakra.
Yeah, because she's working on without realizing it, she's working on the triple warmer.
And I feel energy going through the divine force. I feel the source energy.
Yeah, because we have a chakra tube and her energy is finally opening up in her tube. And that's where you got to expand your energy because that's your safe zone. That's your security zone. And that's where your stability is there. Wow.
And I feel really
That
flash in my eyes. I'm closing my eyes, but I feel a huge light in my eyes, in my psychic vision.
I just felt this whole interesting shift.
Yeah.
Oh, now my brain is balanced. Do you feel better?
I feel much better.
She looks good. I mean, I can't see her, but I know she looks good. Aim, how you doing there?
Oh, sorry.
It's still, so,
Now you can see me.
Yes,
I feel
there you
like
are.
friendly. Like, oh my goodness, I feel really good.
Amy, she's got a lot of white light around her, which is good. That means you're
I
balancing.
feel, wow, like there's like really an intense amount of white light.
Yeah. All right, just let it feed you because it's coming from the outside or inside out. So let it feed you. And now notice this can be your protection to fill up not your body, but also your aura. And every time you know, we're going to send out different signals. And hopefully he won't be as annoying because you're starting to remove some of those filters. Because you worked on the distrust that was lodged in the liver.
Okay.
Good job. Well, thank you for letting me work a little longer on you. Amy,
thank you so much, Brenda. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And Amy, we thank you. And she says, like, it's almost done. It's just. So isn't that incredible that, see, Amy came in alignment with me, and we've already done this once with Marie already.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so,
that's a lot better.
okay, so you're getting pink in your color now. That's interesting because now pink, okay, white was coming from the inside out. Now you got pink energies that are flowing around you. That's good.
Great.
All right. Keep your strength, sweetheart, no matter how much. And you may have to learn to put him in timeout and finish raising him. Just saying.
I'm gonna learn not to react so much as well. I'm more partial.
Right. And then eventually we'll get you to the point where we'll help you do that, because when you do, you lose those triggers. But he installed those buttons and we got to get them out.
Yeah, we're gonna get those out eventually.
I mean, because you can't just put him over your knee and spank him because he'd probably enjoy that. So we don't need to feed that one. Unless you want to, you know. Anyways, thank you so much for letting me call you. All right. We'll talk to you later, Dave. That was good. Oh, thank you very much, Ames. That was good.
You're welcome.
And guess who's up next, Ames? You.
Me?
Yes. So Amy has also paid. And after Amy, oops, lost my button. After Amy is Helen. Or Helena. Helena. After that is Kelly. And after that is Teresa. And Teresa, oh no, she's gonna, oh, Teresa, welcome to the meditation group. I get to click and put her in the group. Excellent. One more person that's gonna get more shifted on their ascension path. That's awesome. Okay, gonna find my right screen. Yay, it's still there. Now, I do have some Christmas decorations up. Did do a little bit. Marie says, awesome, blessings. Next. Okay, Aim, what do you want to talk about?
What the hell is all of this that's been going on the last 2 days?
Oh, not an easy one, but we'll work through it. You heard what she asked. Well, Spirit heard what you asked, and everybody's working through their chakras. Let's just put it that way. Everybody is learning how to fit into everybody's energy field. We're learning how to the law of free will. Da-da-da. What does that mean? Well, first of all, your free will. Where did you accept, believe, and leave your free will? Monday, you realized that you accepted and believed in a lot of pain, and you left your free will at that age back there. What age did we come up with? Did we say?
2, I believe.
Well, interesting enough, 7-year-old is coming up right now. Now, she worked 12 hours and healing herself yesterday. And it's about how you got attention. How did Miss Amy get attention? And see, this is where she's been sculpted today about how she gives, how she receives attention. So it's like, huh? Well, we're going to dive in deeper. First, we're going to look at the law of free will. That's if I can see. The law of free will, the reins of life have been taken in hand. Full responsibility for direction and action of yours. You come into the realization of the power within and begin to open to the universe and the potential that is there, which is exactly what you've been doing. By exerting free will, you acknowledging responsibility for all your actions and reactions. The seeds of creation are within this energy. By using this energy, you come into inner power and find your inner direction. You are always free to seek alternatives. So, I'm just going to dive deep. We're going to take it when you were 1 year old and you had an engram, which means there was an experience, good or bad, but it was an experience that was to shift you to wake up and to grow. You got extreme disapproval for your excess of your exuberant love self. For instance, even though Marie's other half there, his energy is all playful, love, jokes. And you think, well, that's good. Not if it comes in major doses and life's not taken serious, or you need to be serious and they're not. It can get very taxing. So yesterday I had where when people ask me to give them attention, I have an issue with it because I know that they're going to get disapproved of. So I don't want to disapprove of them. I don't want to be the one to do that. Now, see, again, if you watch that video on YouTube, you can understand what I'm talking about. I felt that, see, so every time we come together, I think we're great friends, but you've said on a couple occasions, my filter or your filter is, I looked like I was going, one time I looked like I was going to bite your head off or, do you remember that one? You called and I answered and I had to pee, but I didn't want to take you into the bathroom with me. And so trying to figure out how to get the iPad to work. And I finally got through to her and I said, what? But what did you see?
I saw, oh shit, what did I do wrong?
Now, look at this. I have people in my space that have major issues when they were little. They will come up to me and look at me and say, what did I do wrong? And I'm like, you did nothing wrong. I mean, it must just emanate off of me. But now I think I understand it. It's because I can't give them the attention that they want or need or desire because I have that block in me. And you want security. And since I never got security at 7 at that age, I can't give you what I don't have. I can give you security as best I can, but if you can't get the approval or so any gesture I may make, and I always have this resting bitch face that's really bitchy looking, you may all of a sudden turn around and say, oh my God, what did I do wrong? And I'm like, I just look this way. I'm so sorry. But it also can be in the tone of the voice. But majority of people will hear you not by your words, but by the tone of voice, by your gestures alone. I think it's 75 or 90%. I can't remember. Just so my issue was bumping up against her issue, and they were both being asked to be to be healed at the same time, but we didn't know what we're doing. But it dropped. We were out of sync. To the point that the reason that I am in her life is for her to feel that. The reason that she's in my life is I'm supposed to feel that. But we both didn't know. Oh, shut up. I can talk. But we both didn't know. Okay. So now it comes to light. She wants attention. I don't know how to give it because I don't want to give it to you that's guy that molested me. My body is stuck at that age. So even though I'm being present and I'm giving you my attention, I'm probably doing it just with my head, my mind. And I'm doing my best to exert the love. Now, here's the funny part. This goes to my animals. Now, I know your cats just love the hell out of you. They'll sit on your face. They'll climb. Every time I see, I'm surprised she don't have a kitty now. They got to touch her. They got to be with her. They got to lay on her. I mean, she'll be asleep and they'll cover her up. I mean, yeah. Me, I want so much attention from my animals that they look at me and go, bitch, please back off. And it's like animals are very sensitive. But yet I'll watch my birdie go up to one of my friends and go, ooh, you're a cutie, and show her love. And I'm like, what? And I don't mean to be jealous, but I also know that I can feel. I'm like, what am I putting out there that makes my animals not want to talk to me? And I'm fully aware that there's something programmed stuck inside, but I can't see it, but I can tell it's there. But that's about it. But I think I found it. And so what the birds feel is that feeling, that field, that withdrawing, that energy. And so that's why my birds look at me and go. Now, some of them can get loving, but they're just like, now I had Merlin. Merlin was the most loving bird in the world. He taught me what love meant. And it's like, I can open my heart up a little more. Kelly says, I can relate to you, Amy. That's good. So we didn't even know. And energy will build up. Your cells already go out way before you even arrive at your present moment. And if you're rejecting reality, moment in reality is going to happen and play out because that's the code. Okay. Now, I don't understand what's happening, but I am freezing on my feet, except for my triple warmer. And I'm sweating on my arms. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like somebody dipped me in some cold glass of water at the same time. And yet it's...
my feet are ice cold and I'm hot on top.
Oh, I'm mirroring you. Well, that's good to know. Confirmation.
I'm not sweating. I'm comfortable on top.
All right. But you have lost your power. You don't know how to be happy. Oh, your sugars have been off too. So tell everybody. So with this, and I'm going to give her more minutes because I can. With this issue that we had, we didn't even know it was happening. It started to unfold. We fell into it. We're like, what? I didn't know I was being the bad guy. She's over there freaking out. I'm trying to figure out how to console her, do a show, and trying to figure out my own shit because it's like, wow, a lot of information going on at once.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why it's a spiral and it's linear at the same time, just so that we don't get. And we got 4 billion bits of information that come at us at once. We only take in 2,000 bits of information a second. So her sugars went way off. She kept thinking, what's wrong with me? I've got this monster headache and da-da-da-da-da. And then she checked her blood. Now, normally it's high, too high.
Normally it stays at least 120 and higher.
All right, so let's back up. Before she met me, it used to be high.
It would run in the low or high 300s.
Okay. And then she did some healing and stuff after she met me, and it's been pretty steady. Well, she's like, something's not right, blah, blah, blah. So she checked her blood this morning, and you had what?
It was 74.
Yikes. and
that's low.
Yeah. And that's not good. So she corrected it. She's better now. But here it says that the sweetness of life disappeared and you lost your power. She had a complete meltdown. I'm sorry. Is it okay to share a little bit?
Yeah.
Well, you tell what happened. I'm doing my show, but now she's going to tell you what nothing worked yesterday because it was meant to put her in a meltdown and me in the state I wasn't supposed to be in.
Well, everything was fine for me. This was, what, Monday?
Mm-hmm.
For you, right?
Yeah, Monday for me.
So,
yeah.
Monday for me, Monday for you. Anyway, everything was fine. And then when I asked what platform did you want me to call? And then when I did call, it didn't really connect. And so then hung up. It just kind of snowballed. Really.
But there was one moment in the show, and I know she was trying to connect, but I had to do the show. My nerves were already shot. And so I said live, I know you're trying to connect to me, but I just can't do it right now. Or I can't. I can't. What was it? There was a key word I said to you.
It was.
I said her name, which was important, and then it was. I don't have time for you.
I can't give you attention right now, Amy. Or I know perfectly well that you're not on the phone, Amy. I can't give you my attention or something like that.
Okay, now, see, in my mind, I'm stressed. I'm trying not to show it because it's not about her. It's about how I can't handle the situation. And so I said that. Now, it threw her off to the point where she cried. It hurt. It was painful. But did you felt that hurt, but could you describe it at that point or couldn't you? You just knew you were crying.
Well, I thought to myself, I know she didn't mean it that way. And I'm, running through all of these things in my head. I'm going, no, but Brenda didn't mean it that way. And she's stressed and it's just, my 2-year-old self just started bawling.
Yeah, her whole body began to shake, and it took you a while to recover. But, we got you there.
45 minutes.
Yeah, and we gave you a point. Did I give you a point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then finally she's, recovered, and then everything's good. But then her body kept going in the triple warmer mode. Boom, boom, boom. And I said, so the next day I said, motherships, because I had to do that. I had to go and really get in there. And then I get in there today, and all of a sudden I have another level that showed up. Now she worked 12 hours yesterday. And she says, well, that spot doesn't bother me as much. And then I think we're on the second round, and it goes again. You're meeting with your arrested development. And what does it really mean? There's a deficiency somewhere of how you can cope, handle, and deal with what's going on. But it's how did your little child, in this case, something happened to you at 7, because you can have the first point, second, and third, but they build up. But something unique happened at 7 that took a spin.
My brother passed away when I was 7.
I would say that's a unique spin. And guess what? You were, okay, were they at her? I think your mom and dad were stressed or something, but they were galled at you for wanting attention, maybe. I don't know, because if you really think about, God, they had the gall to do that. There's a part of that people would be disgusted or disapproval when they see someone's action or behavior, regardless of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like at that moment, not only did you lose your brother, but they just could not tolerate your joy, according to this, joy, even though you were completely sad. Because the joy I'm talking about is that we have an amount of love that we want to give. When we see people hurt, we want to go to hug them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they could receive that. That they were just like, I can't. Oh, you don't think so? Okay. How is a 7-year-old supposed to define that? Because we still don't have logical ability. So how do we define that? And that defining, and then how we cope, handle, and deal, that solution is what you got to pay for or understand. That solution is then tied to what sculpts us. And you think, oh, that's the wisdom. No. How it worked then will not work now, because it was made in an irrational state. And then now you're in a rational state, and you're unparenting how you were parented, and you're unraising yourself of how you sculpted yourself. And it's about the wisdom of getting all the different polarities of why. Because usually about the time the kids are teenagers, up until maybe up to the 30s, they're blaming their parents. You made me this way, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll get to the stage where their shit's not healed. And then they begin to understand, well, how their parents were. And then they're like, oh. So then they can't quite blame them as much. Some of you still do, but because you need to, or if it's because it's real. But there's that stage of development, if that makes sense. Yes, that's right. You just dated. Okay. And the best part is that we all are healing and we're all growing. Everybody's feet's cold. Oh, Kelly says, oh, wow, we're alike, Amy. So Marie wants to make sure that you're okay. And everything,
I'm good.
Yeah. And, but so it's quite interesting. So you're on your next level today. And I don't know what's going to be, because it's supposed to be unfolding. Now, you had a good morning, rearranged some furniture. Whoever was present really didn't set you off. Had I set you off yet today? Not like I want to, but okay. So is that coming? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. With grace and ease, Amy is going to receive the next part of her awakening with grace and ease. And that she doesn't need a full-on bitch slap to get it. We're asking for a whisper. Thank you very much. Okay? Because it's coming, Amy. I'm just saying.
Okay. Is that when I've got the headache?
Oh, is she had a headache because it's anticipating? No, you're still adjusting.
Oh,
now you have put your fingers right here and here, right?
Yep.
All right. They're off again. So you may want to, if anybody has sugar issues, these points, can you see? It's like right up, it's 4 measured down. It's right on top of the bra line. If those that are women,
they're crazy,
or whoever wears a bra, and you need to hold those. Now you can rub them, but just basically hold them, and especially after you eat, hold them, because all of a sudden you're like, oh, I need a nap. No, you need to get your sugars balanced. And I look funny at restaurants, so sometimes I'll just go like this, and you don't see it, but I'm holding them. They just think, oh, she's just resting. I'm secretly healing. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Enough playing around, Brenda. All right. Thank you all for waiting. Next is Helena Stefanak.
Yes, Kelly, I did get your email.
Oh, good.
Okay. I'll mute myself now.
Okay. So Helena, now. I don't think I'm friends with Helena, but if you wanted me, if you are, I could see if we are, and then I could call you. You have to be friends with my personal page, to tell you the truth. I don't think I am. Oh, no, I'm not. Well, that can be rectified. Oh, Elaine, there you are. Yes, we're friends. Oh, I'm typing it in wrong. It's Elaine. Did you want to talk to me? Yes or no? I'm not pushing you, honey. If you want to, then just take the E off. There you are. So if you want me to call you, I can call you. We can do it that way. Or you can just tell me, what, sure, yay, okay, good. That's very, you women are just so pretty. Okay, so I hope I got the right one. We'll find out. No! Why can't I? Oh, I'm not going to send a message that way. We apparently have not. Hold on. So what's important to understand is that this feedback is really good for all of us. And it can be great. You get more awareness out of this. At least that's what I feel. Trying another way to get a hold of her. I think I did. Oh, please. Because spirit can always find answers. Yay. All right. So just remember, you're not going to be able to see me, but I can see you if you want, but we can still hear you. Let's just pray this works. These flies, my God, I swear. Hello.
Hi, Brenda.
Yay! Gotcha. Got the right one. What would you like to talk about, dear?
I'm just like super fatigued lately.
Gotcha. All right, so we're going to look at your field. I'm going to first check to see. The polarity is off, and when your polarity is off, you will feel like crap. But is there more to it? Yes. Okay, is there any frozen meridians? No. Good. What meridian is, how many meridians are causing her to feel super fatigued? There's 3. Stomach meridian, liver meridian, and triple warmer. The triple warmer, when it gets in there, that's not always the best thing because they say the story of those 3 meridians is that you feel unworthy. You had an oh my God moment and you're worrying. So are you worrying about anything right now?
Yeah, just there's been a lot of changes in my life lately, so yeah, I'm worried, definitely. Not a lot though, not as much as normal. Like I've got it more under control than
good. Before. Now I'm going to ask Spirit: is she got under control mentally, emotionally? So do you want her? So the energy is that it's the 3-year-old is saying, but I need help. Okay, so your 3-year-old's crying. And it says that every time that it tries to expand the importance of self, like in a relationship, if it's all about everybody else, you get lost. Sometimes you have to speak up. So it makes me wonder if during this a lot of changes, did you get put on the back burner or did you put yourself on the back burner while everything else had to be looked at?
I always do that. I try not to do it now, but I've always done that.
Okay. Now, the thing is that's part of her lesson to learn. Is that, she can try to not have that happen. But at the same time, battery's dying. Oh, no. Sorry. Hold on. You hang in there. Amy, I'm going to lose you. So sorry, dear. Sorry. I got to figure out how to do this. My phone's going to die. See what just happened there, Elaine?
Mm-hmm.
My attention had to go to somebody else, something else. And that's what's been happening to you?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Because of it. And it feels like they have to go to it because they got emergencies.
Mm-hmm. Always, yeah. Crisis.
That is what we're going to have to look at. Because you don't... Okay, so because of that, it's actually changed the frequency inside the body. No, I don't want to say frequency. It's the ions. You got positive and negative, and you want the negative because it makes it healthier and stronger. The positive ones is too much can make you feel off. You got too much at this point. And they're saying that your body is saying, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. Now, I asked, and they said that you've been scorned and been bullied lately. And it takes away the happy. They said that you don't realize it's like been a frog in a boiling pot of water. It's first it starts out cold, and then it builds up, and then the frog dies because it got boiled to death. Why didn't it jump out? Because it didn't know it was coming. And I feel like that's what happens to you, is that this is part of your identity. This is who I am. And you don't even know that these people are doing it in such a unique way, or you have seen it and you just said, oh, that's just them. Which way do you see it?
No, I started to notice it.
Good job.
That's what it is. Like, yeah, I'm becoming aware of it with certain individuals, and then I call them out when I notice it. It's just that awareness.
Oh my God, good job. Very good. Because a lot of people don't even get there. But they said your body, consciously you're doing great, but your body is saying, oh my God, what did I just do? Now, I don't think you felt safe to do that as a kid. I'm just going to ask your soul, did she know this as a kid? Yes. And how she watched others put up with it, she did. So who else in the family puts themselves last? What's that? Everybody. Yeah. So you learned it with mirror consciousness, which means you watched it and you figured that's how your next logical step is going to be.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. So now you're training yourself to see it, which is very good. And now you just need tools to heal out when this stuff that you see it. Because I said this is a second chakra growth process that you're going through. And you don't want to dishonor somebody. So that's why you continuously keep doing it. You say, of course?
No, yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I struggle with that.
All right. So she would need to heal how she doesn't want to dishonor. Because she could stand up and still do it and say, I'm not putting up with it anymore. But then her body could start attacking her, which is what happened. She became aware. She calls him out. She does this, but her body says, what are you doing? And it started to attack her. Now, they're saying that you're so used to this being your identity, it's hard to flip the script and say, that's not me. I'm going to ask Spirit, what can we do? Oh, turn the timer back on for one. What can we do? Notice how your reaction to that is that, do you silently brood?
Oh, yeah. Until I'll do it for a couple days because I try not to react. I try to respond to things.
Okay.
So if I don't brood, then I react. You know what I mean? Right.
And see, this is the thing. They say that's how you disconnect with yourself. You become disheartened. The brewing, the silent brooding causes you to disconnect. And that's what happened with your stomach meridian. It says, nope. And then you go into worry as a recovery. But at the same time, you're like, but I don't like their aggression. And then your triple warmer says, I don't really feel safe or secure or stable. I just don't really like this anymore. And then it goes into, I can't figure out. So you really put yourself in a tizzy. So I'm going to ask Spirit, how do you want to put her back? Well, she can rub points. What else can she do? She can heal that shit. Good point. Do you want to heal her reaction? No. Do you want to heal how it's your identity? Okay, so you want to heal how it's your identity. And you take the blame, do you? Do you take the blame?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So they're saying that they don't want you to do that anymore. Part of owning up is to catch that, shit, I'm taking the blame. And then they said you're really good at it.
Well, I was always blamed. I always had to take responsibility.
Because you knew that nothing was going to stop unless you do, because they said the invading energies would come at you harder. Mm-hmm. And as long as you took the blame and made yourself irrelevant, all good. All right. So you have to heal how you take the blame and that you make yourself irrelevant. Because this next part of your journey, it's all about being relevant. You're important. You're worth. You have to forget who you used to be because you have a greater good coming about what you want to do, come in alignment of who you want to be, because you are going to be making a difference. I can totally see you doing this.
Yay.
But you got to stop showing up the same way. And the best way to do that is you can go in and tap, you can use hope therapy. But they said that the biggest thing is going to be your hurdle, because now you've got more of a knowledge, but your body goes into panic, which is what's doing. And because of fear of judgment. Okay. So do you want to take care of panic first? Yes. So I would say take care of panic first, get rid of the fear of judgment. And that would be, if you did hope therapy, it'd be R2S. And they said that as you begin to unravel that, notice where you put your self-imposed limitations. I put these limitations on myself. Okay. And this is where you're going to take responsibility. And you have to look how much energy you put into those self-limitations. And we're just asking with grace and ease to show her with a whisper and that she sees it, and then she can break those limitations. And that's, we'll say, so be it. You can, like I said, EFT would be good. You got a lot of healing there to do, but you can do it. That's the best part. And thank you for letting me call you. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Go heal, girl. We need you.
Yes, I will.
All right. Bye. Okay. So I need 2 seconds to go find my cord to plug this in, because I think it just died. So everybody, hold on. Just remember, we're still doing paid readings. We're still doing paid readings. That's interesting. I just walked through a cloud of energy that affected my throat. I don't know if it's too late to get my phone working, but I might get enough charge to get Ames back. I guess 0. Hang on, Ames. Next time she'll write me, she'll go, and phone cord. she helps me, reminds me of what I need to do. Next person on the list is Kelly. Hey, that's cool. How do I do this? That's not right. No, that's wrong. Hold on. I've got it wrong. Leave. Nope. Yes. Okay, Aim, you're going to have to wait. So, Kelly, did you want me to call you, or did you... I don't know. Maybe we are friends, but I don't know what you go by on regular page. You go by Kelly Mobley. Okay. If you do want me to call you, just let me know. And if not, what do you want to talk about? Kelly. So anyways, if you know of any place, groups, anything that really could use a different way to help other people heal, maybe that's where what the heck's going on in my bangs? Maybe that's where this needs to be shared. I would turn my phone on, Amy, but it's completely dead. I don't even have 1%. I finally got the phone cord. That's fine. You want me to call you? Is that what you mean? Miss Kel? Just double checking it. Readings are fine, but some people just get so upset that, give me attention now. That's not what this is not what it is. So Kelly, if you say, yeah, say call, and I will push the little button, the little magic button, and it says call. Oh, thank you. Yeah, good. Like, shared, and emailed. That's always good. Just be aware that, remember that we have the 12 or 12 meditation. It costs $33.12. And you are more than welcome to join during the show or out of the show. So I'll do it tomorrow at noon. So in 20 minutes from now, tomorrow is when the meditation. Oh, everybody's got throat things today. I'm already feeling Kelly. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What would you like to talk about?
I guess I'm very deeply depressed. I know I'm suffering from a lot of trauma from my childhood.
Okay.
I guess I'm curious to know, was I molested? Was I abused in some way? I know that my parents, it was more my mother that was abusive, but I was told that my father was, and I don't recall that. And I'm in trying to figure all of it out.
Okay, so one thing about depression with people is that, I'm not going to start the timer yet because I want people to understand this. With depression, there's layers, because you've had, depending on how old you are, sweetheart, you will have key points that will just keep embedding you to go deeper, 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 and deeper, and deeper. Most usually with every depression is that maybe you're under pressure. Have you ever been under pressure to be something that they wanted you to be?
Always, my whole life.
Okay, so that's usually one connection that I find. The other one is that you didn't get healthy love back. There wasn't a bonding connection, and you were blamed for everything.
Right.
Okay, she said, yep. So that's usually what we have. Now, I'm going to go back and I'll say, give me the complete root of how and why her depression. And they said it's epigenetics. They said that it has followed along your father's side. Now, is your father depressed? Because it can skip.
I'm not, he doesn't show it. He's very, very, very quiet.
Okay.
My mother is.
Okay. She's got probably on both sides. But the one thing is that the father is the key marker that kicked it off. Why? And when you look at her depression today, Spirit, tell me I know you want to do it in layers, but tell me something. They said at 1 month old, wow, you were caught in the middle of, do they fight? Did your parents fight?
Yeah, I'm sure that they did, and I do recall some fights, yeah.
Because, when babies are born, people don't think the babies, they're just a baby. A child at any stage inside the womb will always can pick up some nasty stuff that people do, because energy is energy. So they're saying that part of what happened at a 1 month old is that there was not any bonding between you and your mother. You kept reaching out, trying to get it, looking for that approval. Well, that's the other thing about depression is disapproval. Okay, so they're saying that 1 month old is that the energy that was in the space, and the energy that was in the space was a lot of panic and a lot of petrifiedness and a lot of, you wouldn't think that's true, but non-thinking and non-feeling. So it's like somebody throws off no empathy versus people throwing off empathy. And I'm going to ask, because the way you're saying it's thrown, does she have yes, she does. A psychic trauma you will always find psychic traumas with them too. A psychic trauma is 2 or more emotions felt at once, and it's stuck. How many emotions did you pick up at 1 month old? Is that correct? Yes. So at 1 month old, my dear, you picked up a psychic trauma. I got to write this down because I ain't going to memorize all of it. So we're going to ask you to use your hand, or if you got a refrigerator magnet, you go get that. And you can do this now, or you can do it later, or don't do it at all. But the first emotion that got stuck was failure. The second emotion, reproach. And reproach is that I don't know her. So if I think she's friendly, I will no problem, I'll approach her. But if I'm afraid to approach her, I don't know how she's going to attack me or if she's not. So a reproach is that you have been attacked before. You just don't know. I mean, you know that you're going to get approved or disapproved of. How's that for you? 5A, they said that the other thing you felt besides failure, reproach, was a void. And hopelessness. Oh, what a combination. Hopelessness. Yes. Oh, you must have a bell in there because I can hear that go off. Wow, you do have a bell. How many bells you got? Okay, tell me the bell. 7A and reproach. Oh, so did you always have a problem approaching like your mother or something?
Yes.
Okay. It just reminds me of how they'll take their shit, their aggression out on you because you caused me this shit. I mean, yep. She's like the type of mother energy that I can feel. It's like feel like they throw a knife. Oof! If it hits you, I'm sorry. If it misses you, damn. I'm sorry. Okay. At least I'm aware of that. Okay, we got to take and remove. Which way do you want to remove first? Remove the bell. That thing's huge. Okay. So I'm just gonna get the energy rolling because I really need to tune into her. Now, what's interesting is I see how many of you. Crap, girl, we may have to put you back together. How many are there? How many? I see 6 of you. There's 6 individual parts. Okay. Whew. Do all of you have the bell? Yes. Do all of you have this? Yeah, that's the bell is what knocked you out. And the psychic trauma keeps you out. Now, if I take and remove this, oh, well, who is the real one that I need to look at? Oh, you're all going to do it. Okay, at least all of you have agreed. That's good. So now, for those that don't have a magnet, and for me, oh, there it is. You take your hand, palm of your hand's fine. You can take a flat refrigerator magnet, or you can have a fancy one. But you're going to start at the forehead. You don't have to push or dig in. Just go lightly. You're going to say, and you're going to do this. Wait, how many times do you want her to do the psychic trauma one? Just 3. 3? Okay. And the bell? 3? Okay. Now, so I'm going to measure them because sometimes we have a tendency to put tentacles with these, which means we can make it show up a couple times. So, along with me, I don't know if you can see me, dear, or not, but place your hand on your forehead. And like I said, so you say psychic trauma, failure, reproach, avoid, hopelessness. Psychic trauma, failure, reproach, avoid, hopelessness. Ooh, psychic trauma, failure, reproach, avoid, hopelessness. Now, see, I feel, we're going to go right to the bell. Bell, reproaching. Bell, reapproach. Oh, fudge. Bell, reapproach. Oh, wow. Give me a second because I'm watching you vibrate wobbly that I can't even hold on to a pendulum. Oh, wow. What do you want me to do more of? The reproach bell. It's still ringing in this one and this one. All right, 2 of them. All right, so I'm going to add. Okay, so we're going to do that. Reproach bell, reproach bell, reproach bell. There's a ringing difference in my ear. Hold on. You're trying to line up. At least you're not scattered. Why are we not? We're accordion. We need to bring you as one. What's causing this, people? The consciousness of who? Her? No, they want a particular outcome. I'm assuming parents. Yes. Is there any adult life? No. Parents. Particular time. Just that one move. So what did they wanted? Oh, fuck. I hate delivering bad news. Did you ever feel like they wanted you dead?
No.
Did you ever feel like they wish that you weren't born?
I'm not sure if that's quite the feeling, but I never felt wanted.
Okay, we're close.
I felt validated.
Yeah, not wanted. Okay, so I feel like something was said that may or may not true. You know how people get in the heat of the moment and they say shit that's not true? Mm-hmm. That is what I feel like happened. I feel like they were blaming each other. I can feel the fight. I feel like you were in the middle of it. You took on this absorption, so I can understand why these are there. But oh no, hold on. You're all talking to me at once. What? Look down. Particular outcome. So who wanted this particular outcome? Would your mother be the type that'd say, fine, I'll get a divorce then? I mean, would she just say stuff like this?
Probably, yeah.
All right, so she wanted a particular outcome. She wanted him to be nice to her, shut up. She wanted something from her husband. And so her active behavior, you wouldn't have understood it as a kid. But you, all of a sudden, I'm looking at you. Now, for some reason, they got you like in a buggy. I don't know if you guys are outside or where, but you're in this bed type thing. And all the color of you has drained. You look like everything else is black or everything else is color and you're black and white. Something drained you of your passion and your joy, because all of a sudden it's like you heard something that shouldn't have been said or didn't mean to be said. It's like I could see the mother. It's like when somebody's pregnant, they go, oh God, I wish I wasn't pregnant. Not saying, oh, I hate this kid, I want it gone. It is that energy of disconnection from this baby. Does this make sense? And I feel that that's what happened that created the bond not to be there. The passion to which her stress was it her? Yeah. And what she wanted was this particular outcome from him. Did your mother ever emotionally blackmail?
All the time.
There it is. There it is. Okay, so it's the emotional blackmail. You had your first dose of emotional blackmail because as soon as I identified it, she turned around and looked at you and emotionally blackmailed you in the crib. She's just letting off steam. This is where people don't realize children are absorbing. She's 1 month old. 1 month. And she's just a month-old baby. Nothing's going to stick to her. She ain't going to remember nothing. Frequencies, people. Frequencies. She obviously did. And not only that, but I feel like she just said to you that she feels depressed. She's like, where did it come from? Why do I feel like this? Okay, we understand she has to heal from under pressure of always being a certain way. She's always looking for approval. She's always getting emotionally blackmailed. And whether her mother is around or father's around or not, she's going to emanate this energy to make people do this to her. Do you have people in your life that do that?
I was married. He did. And unfortunately, I'm stuck living here because I have no place to go. I'm on low income.
Okay,
so
now.
I'm on the 3-year wait list.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we're going to say spirit. We're going to speed this up. When you get into the stuck state, and I'm giving you longer than 6 minutes, but when you get in this stuck state, yes, the universe will feel like it's conspiring against you, that you can't do this. You need to say, what do I need to do today to get out of here? Now, sometimes it is, you have a good cry. Number 2, heal out that emotion so that it doesn't get flared up. Now, we just took off a bell in a psychic trauma. That'll make a tremendous difference. I can't tell you how. I don't know how she'll know, but it'll happen. And she's got to get her triple warmer to shut up. It is just, it goes straight there. And what she felt in the crib at that time was she felt worthless. She also mirrored that that's what you're supposed to be. In a relationship, you're supposed to be worthless. So the dad could have felt worthless to this emotional blackmail. This dynamics. But her safety was threatened. And notice where she's at. She can't leave. And so her safety, even if he nothing else, it's a crappy living situation. The point is her safety. She said her body's like going, but I'm stuck here. So you feel like you're imprisoned. How do you help somebody get out of that? It's hard, but it's easy. But it's about her investing into her, which means she needs to go and start pulling out those emotions. Remember, her body has got this, the cells are sending out the signal saying, all right, yes, I know what emotional blackmail is. Make that happen. I know what this means. And if we shut those down, we take the key out of that structure, we calm that emotions down, her energy will start to come back. Let me tell you why. Because she will no longer accept, believe, and lose her willpower. Right now, that's all she does. She's accepted and believed, and it's her willpower. It creates her beliefs. It creates that situation. And she's in it long enough, she's going to be brainwashed to believe a certain way. We want to change that. She needs to begin to dive into, and her depression doesn't help. Because when I'm going to tell you right off the bat, when depression will just start making you feel and just spin out. I've known somebody for many years that's had depression, and I sat down with them, and finally they came to me and I said, let's do this. We spent over an hour just straight doing hope therapy. By the time they were done, they go, it's gone. Now, let me tell you what happened in the beginning. We held their points for, a couple points. And at first we always measure. Oh my God, it feels like this. I just want to die. There's just, oblivious. I can't. And then we held the points. Oh, that feeling in my chest went away. That feeling in my head went away. Oh, I feel better. A couple minutes later, it's back. Now, normally that doesn't happen, but this is part of the mothership. So I said, oh, that's interesting. That's never happened that I'm aware of. I said, let's go back. So I said, we're not stopping until I feel you're finished with that unit. And a unit is when you have many meridians going off at the same time to create the story. An hour later, they're like, it's gone. Next day, they noticed that their thoughts that usually tied with it was another story. And they said, that's different. But normally that's what it feels like. It's the same thing. So now they're differentiating between the different experiences in life. And that's what we want to do for you, Kelly, is that we want you to move out of this emotional state. And I know when you're in that state, fuck that. You don't understand that. So you're going to have to begin to, I'm going to ask Spirit, what can we do? This is the biggest thing that we can do to help. And it is hope therapy. Notice that it's serving you. It pulls you out of that situation so you don't get that kind of attention. Because you want attention, you just don't want that attention anymore. So it's serving her. So this is part of her safety blanket now. I don't touch safety blankets. We have to go through the back door, which means what will her little self or parts of her will say, we can give this up that's attached to this. What are you willing to give me? You have to start correcting your silent brooding because this is what will keep pulling you back. Does this make sense?
Yep.
The silent brooding makes you go straight into low self-esteem. And so your low self-esteem, and I know this for a fact, will feel just like depression. And when I started, because I had depression, but when I started to work on the low self-esteem, I can't believe how fast I was not having that return of depression. I was like, wait, what? So they said, you got to be willing to give up that silent brooding. And if you are willing to do that, you have to hold R1D. Now, if you don't know what hope therapy is, email me. I will send you information after the show. Okay, sweetheart?
Yes.
Because I don't want you to live there, because my heart's going out to you right now and I can totally feel it. We need you to live again, sweetheart. We want to get you out of that place sooner. So we're going to just tell the angels, thank you very much. I'm going to call in the Centurion angels or the Sentinel. I'm not sure which ones they're there. To just, if she's ready, protect her from it. Let it just, bounce off of you guys and give her that space to breathe. Find her a home, line her up, get her to a safety. That's what we want. And so you got all this audience here, and whoever rewatches will send in your love. So just stay open to it, okay?
Thank you. I do have one question.
Yes.
I was listening to your last program, and someone had talked about reaching out to her mother, which was a narcissist, and you said, no, not a good idea.
Yeah, that isn't.
What I'm going through right now, I'm trying to find forgiveness. I know that they did the best that they could, but I'm having struggles. I don't want to be around them.
Okay.
And
the hardest part right now is that you are in that emotional state. The emotional state creates your state of being. And no matter how much rational thinking you do, you're going to be doing it with irrational thinking, because your little child self is what's going off.
Right.
Start getting yourself right will cause you to have an actual forgiveness that happens. One thing about hope therapy is that it actually, when you heal your shit, forgiveness starts to come about automatically. And it's not about, I give my permission for you to hurt me. That's not the forgiveness feeling. The forgiveness feeling, the forgiveness feeling that occurs, and the true forgiveness is that all of a sudden you forgive yourself, you forgive them, and you forgive the situation, because spirit comes in and you begin to understand on a soul level why that shit happened. And there's nothing to forgive because you understand the story. And that's where we would like to take you, is when you begin to heal that shit. And what happens, like, I love my family, the ones that created a hate club just because I'm this person right here. And they hated that. They wanted me to be their minion and to follow them. And I love them. There's nothing to forgive. I understand why I put them in my place. But this is what they do. This is how they are. This is the way they're supposed to be. Before that, before I got to this state, it hurt. Mother effing what? My brain would be galled. What? But I then when I healed all this, and all of a sudden it made sense. Oh, I could never be this woman if I out of my life. They want to stay in that state of mind. I respect that's where they want to be, because I'm asking for respect to be where I am. A lot of shifting occurred, a lot of healing occurred. And again, you can't really forgive in the state of mind. We get out of that first. If you're in a toxic situation, I'd say get out, but you can't. Like, I couldn't get out of a toxic situation right away. So I began to work on me. And the more that I worked on my emotions about how I reacted, how I built up walls, I healed all this stuff. Then all of a sudden, as he had me trapped one day, it was gone. All the triggers were gone. I had healed so much that he's over there throwing a tantrum. And I realized my safety wasn't at problems. I was no longer having security issues or stability. I was stable. I was secure. I was safety. And I had my power back. And all of a sudden, he completely lost all control, that he knew he couldn't do anything. So he just walked away. And then I was able to turn around and walk away too. It was the most incredible feeling, because he's the one that had all the emotion. Me, I was free of it. And you can get there. I've done it. Okay. So when it comes to toxic people, heal your shit. If you can't get out, And every time there's a twang, you resolve it out. Resolve to evolve. And when you do, you get your power back. And it's not about being ego. Because the more spirit you are, the more faith you have, the more light you become, the more you emanate them to zig while you zag. You actually begin to save yourself from the inside out, and you don't even realize you're doing it. But it just starts to happen. Does this make sense? So hopefully that answered that question for you. If you get a chance, don't talk to them, because they're never going to get out of their space. But if you can't get out of it, you can save yourself.
I will. I'm determined. It's within me.
Good.
I've determined that I will not live my life the way my parents did.
Good job.
Will break the chains.
We back you 100%, and we send you this love. And no matter what, you can call upon that grid, and you say, I'm gonna break up with worry and doubt. I'm going to marry my faith, and I'm going to look up to the faith, and I'm going to download that special prayers that are constantly and continuously. When people say pray, I say continuously. And they're like, well, you can't just sit on your knees the whole time. No, I only have to say it once. I have faith that God is got your back, Kevin, and I'm going to make sure, because I believe in it. So you just have to connect up. And even if you're not sure what the grid is, you can say what Brenda said. What, it's already been written in the cards that it's there. And your name is up there already with a whole load of love, not just from spirit, which is everything, but you've got all of our individuals. That the more that people poo-poo and more people say cancel, 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 and send out the love spreads faster. You just call upon that energy and have that faith that you're like, nope. And so you're going to ask spirit, show me today one thing that I can do to make myself stronger and to get out of this. And spirit will all of a sudden show up to you. And if you're like, but I can't see it, say, show up to me in such a way that I know it's you. That's just undeniably that it's from you. And you'll be very surprised. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You can do this. Thank you so much for letting me call you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so very much for your help.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Now, thank you very much for letting me go over. I really appreciate you guys today. But we're learning and we're helping and we're creating the family. So the next person is TP. Oh, no, it's not TP. But nobody else is paid. But everybody's now going to get their 1 minute free reads. Now, let me see if I can get a hold of Ames. I got a little bit of charge on my phone. And we should be good to go. And let's see if I can get AIM. And I told AIM she needs to do something called Aim for the Truth. Because we call her AIM. We got it, dear. We're here. But I've got to turn you upside down. Hopefully it'll flip. Oh, so it's going to flip sideways. Oh, whatever. Deal with it. Oh, what is that? All she can see is nothing. Oh, back of a card. You can hear me at least. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. Because the camera's up. All right. How's that? Better? Okay. I think we're having some incredible information coming through. And I hope you guys can see on a deeper level that it's twisted and it turns. It's like a freaking movie, but we can unravel it and we can heal it. And we can pull out those things off to evolve. And that's the beauty of this. All right, Missy. Miss Aim for the Truth. Who do we got up for free readings? Oh, I got a couple too. So we'll do that. So there's only 2 people. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I thought maybe I accidentally pushed the... You got seeds in your mouth again?
Just one.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna read TP first while you're chewing on your nut there or your seeds. Well, at least you don't have to crack a nut. Let me just get over to the YouTube land to make sure I can get the screen back up. Okay. Now, as we look, we have TP. Any help for digestion? Ooh, for digestion, yes. Oh, thank you, Tricia. She says, very interesting and valuable conversation. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. So that's the feedback I want. I need feedback that would help. Oh, Miss TP. I just want to get up and run all of a sudden. I don't know if it's my nerves or what it is. Here we go. For digestion, and they said, notice that the digestion's off because it's the gallbladder meridian and large intestine meridian that's messing it up. When I'm looking at it, it says that life's unfair. And then it says rejection, rejection. You're so full of rejection and unfairness. There's no way you can digest in a very healthy way. And I'm asking, okay, so the polarity's off. Yes. Is there anything frozen? No. And will source point healing help? Yes. But will it really get to? No. So hope therapy? Yes. So I would say that you would need to hold R1S. That's funny because, see, I would say gallbladder. They said R2D, which is liver, and then L2S. Excuse me. Now, all of a sudden, I'm getting to feel. Oh, hold on. Oh, not only is my digestion off, my head's now swimming. Holy mothers. I can't even focus. Wayne Cook it. Give yourself a Wayne Cook. We got to get those brains balanced. Woo. Okay, that I would do, and then you may have to wait until next time, or you make an appointment. But yeah, you're going to have to really address what unfair is. What, and the thing is there's a part of you that says, well, if I bring this up, they're just going to exert their power, and I can just see their spit flying off their lips as they're talking. That's disgusting. Oh my God. Okay. My head. Is that all you want to do? Tell her, people on the other side, tell you that you got this and we love you. So someone, how many people? 4 on the other side. Amy, you popped over something. Can I read that out loud? Do you know?
She'd prefer not.
Okay, good. No. All right. So some people, there's issues in a physical health. So this is for Pilly. And we're looking at why would there be complications? Well, first of all, I'm watching something get cut in. So that's the surgery. I'm not sure what kind of surgery.
I believe it was heart.
Oh, I have no idea. I just can see this now. Yeah. Okay. So they're not going to have an idea of what this is because I feel like when there was a cut. Now, understand that if they cut around anywhere around here, there's a gallbladder meridian, lymphatic points, and lung, and then you have all of these other meridians that are stomach, central. When you cut anywhere in the body, you're cutting a meridian, the fascia, and it can disrupt. Now, meridians is what keeps you alive, and or doesn't. Now, as I'm looking, now that would need to be repaired, but they're saying that the main reason that it affected this person even more greatly, I can't read that, is that, when did she do that? When did they do that? Inside the, no, that, or when they came out? So after the surgery, I feel like they woke up. They rejected. What did you, what? Her consciousness in that body said, I reject this reality. So does that mean that doesn't want to be here? God done. Did she visit the other side? Sometimes when people when your body gets put to anesthesia, it puts to death in a way. Depends on how it's done. That means everything has to kind of slow down, stop, whatever, when you're doing surgery and all this. Sometimes the body's own alarm system will say, oh my God, we got to save this person because they're dying. Now, you consciously don't have to be aware of this. But at the same time, you may be floating around looking at things, or you may have having visitors from the other side come. But there's a party that's like kind of tired, kind of done, kind of don't have any. And in this case, I feel like they don't have they don't have their heart to stay here. Now, the hardest part is understanding why the soul would even do this, because the soul knows when it wants to check out. It knows when it wants to go, and it doesn't take things personal. But her second chakra issue about getting along with people is that there's an act now. Yeah, her whole body has turned because, see, I would say it's the kidney meridian, but at the same time, tell me more of what this is about besides the gallbladder. The immune system did what? All right, so we have two like little urethra tubes. I'm going to go more than a minute. More urethra tubes, and this is where one side filters fungus, one side filters chemicals, and I feel like there was too much of a chemical buildup in the one tube, and then too much of oh wow, all I hear is too much rejection. So tell me why the kidneys did that. Goes back to gallbladder. I reject this out of my reality. All right. So physically, if we didn't know that, then what would it be? I reject this out of my reality. Okay. Her soul is determined to keep telling me the same story and not this meridian story, but I reject this out of my reality. What are you rejecting? The surgery? Oh, we're going back. 4 years old. I reject this out of my reality. So something occurred and she hasn't caught up to, it's like when the guy is in the army and he's got his legs blown off, and not just his legs, but his torso, and he's still alive and he hasn't caught up with the fact that this is happening. He still thinks he's a whole person. He thinks everything's still functioning. And he's like, yeah, let's go. And then everybody around him is fully aware that you don't understand the circumstances. You haven't caught up to your reality. And that is what's happening. You reject something out of your reality. When I asked, can you tell me what did you kind of reject out of your reality? Disdain. So you didn't like the feeling that somebody gave you? Exactly. Did I give an age yet, Amy? I don't know. Because we're hovering. It wants to go to 7, then it goes to 3, and then it goes to 4. And that's why I'm like, did I give an age already?
I want to do 4.
Well, what the hell? Okay, so they, All right, well, just, okay, so go with it. 7, there was a compulsion to have to what? Disconnect from source. Because the story of the time caused me to split. What the hell happened? Did something bad happen to you at 4, 5, 6, 7? You're not going to tell me. Did something happen? Yes. All right. So there's something in her youth that occurred that she rejected out of her reality. Now that there's a surgery, her body's saying, we need all of our energy, but we can't because it still goes back to how I want to reject something out of my reality. So much so that it clogged it up. Now, if I said if that didn't exist, they're saying, doesn't matter. Her cells didn't process. She's stuck. Oh. Okay, then that would make sense. I hope that makes sense to you. So I would ask what happened. What particular thing may have happened. Make sure you do the timestamp on Pilly, because I think she left it because she had freezing trouble.
I sent it to her.
Good job. All right, next one is Nicole S. Just general. All right, Nicole. Your polarity's off too. Because I have to, it's something I do towards myself. What do you do, Tori? What do you do? I feel awkward and I tell myself the story, and really I'm just bashful, and it's just a program. So a program that was developed at 2. So it's like your 2-year-old self is running the muck and says, okay, so let's say somebody wants to put me on video. No, I can't do that. You have no idea why. Well, your 2-year-old is telling you, and it's like, no, because it wants a particular outcome, but it doesn't want that because there's all this fear. They said behind that there's a bashfulness inside that doesn't matter how old you get, you put this limitation upon yourself that I'm not doing it because you're sticking with your story, but you can't remember the story anymore, which your body does. All right, AIM, anybody else?
Oh, God, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Pilly says, if it's for me, her mom died at 4. Oh, my God. That's the tragic.
Wow.
Oh, then her father got remarried, and it was a bad stepmother. Ooh, maybe that's why it goes from 4, 5, 6, and 7. I mean, because I see like a tragedy at 4, something else at 7, and then there's this shit in between. That would make sense. She kept seeing her mom until age 8. No one else could see her, and she kept telling her to take her to because her life was bad. Oh my God, that's what she's reliving. Pilly, that's it. Oh, because I'm now getting confirmations and sweating at the same time. Yes.
Wow.
Well, thank you, Spirit. And all those 2s again. Tons of 2s. Holy moly. Lots of 2s. Okay. Now, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, sweetheart.
That's all right. Hi, this is for Sonia.
Sonia.
Hi, this is Sonia. May I please have a reading about what God or goddess or angel do I work with, or which one comes forward, please?
Okay. So we're going to look. Do you want her to have this? Or you just maybe reach for it? This. No. This? No. Oh, you guys, what are you doing? Normally you put that. It's a little to the left. Oh, you guys are funny. Ha! These? Yes. Oh, what's that? Anything in this deck? No. That's fine. But this deck, yeah. Okay, we gotcha. We are in the goddess section. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, don't be throwing shit on the floor. Yeah, I'm going to whine because I'm a human. Ready? Okay, so the one that's hovering is Damara, D-A-M-A-R-A. It's guiding children. You're good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skill to help children now. I mean, I didn't even want to finish that last line because it was like, time to raise your husband. That's what I got. So call her in. Where's my camera? And the one that seems to be crouches down by your what? not crouches. Apparently she's not that big. Purification. It's time for a cleansing detoxification of the body and mind. You need to call in Coventina. Because you need to call them both in so that you don't get toxic when you go to pull in the mama card. You pull in the mama card and you won't start to lose your shit. You're like, not having it. You do that, it may be cute. I don't find it cute anymore. See that timeout corner? I'm going to stick you there. You know, you're going to learn to pull the mama card. Oh, see, she's got that. Or, oh, no. Okay, so next. Beyond,
Okay.
beyond the ball aim. Let's go. Huh?
Elaine.
Elaine. Okay. Ooh. Elaine, you know what?
Yeah.
Staphylococcus?
I would love anything about why she's fatigued.
Okay, so that is, you know, she paid for reading, but we're going to give her a little bit more. She's fatigued. She got a whole bunch of answers, but where is she on this? And they said that she's on this particular journey, and they're pulling up a Virgo. Doesn't mean anything except for the energy, which is dun, dun, dun. Aspects within are ordered and balanced. Order to provide channel for future works. Balance between spirit and intellect. Perfection has been found within. Now manifest it. While focus on details is important, keep in thought the overall picture. Service is called forth and ask for concentrated efforts. So they're saying to you that it's time to understand that things are balancing. So again, we already called in the angels. We've called in for you to start to heal. And now they're saying that you're starting to get things in order. You can start to get the grips on this and you can move forward. So learning how to manifest. Thank you, Spirit, for showing us how to get her out of there. Thank you, Spirit, for providing that ability to get her out of there. And nope, this one, yes. And another card would be, and this is from the Spirit of the Wheel. Oneness, inner growth, and contemplation. So you definitely, I would say yes, because you're no longer needing to suffer. You're moving forward. You are moving forward in that direction. And they're saying that it's time. You can do it. You can do it. The other card deck was Virgo. You know, they're round. They just have a little bit of words, but it's the cosmic deck of initiation. For those that someone asked out there, can feel it. Okay.
Lauren Linda Picey.
Okay.
Right?
Laura Lynn Picey. What's that?
A general.
Ah, gotcha. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Let's try it again. Remember to timestamp. That would be helpful. And, ooh. What is... So your sanity is in question? Is that the case? Because they said there's something that you haven't been compatible with, that you contract your energy. It's like as soon as you get around, then I'm assuming it's a person, because they said as soon as they open their mouth, you contract. You're like, yeah, it's just them. They're saying they don't want you to do that anymore, because you're developing a bad habit just because you think you have to be with them or you want to be with them. But it's like, you know, you're that's all I can hear. So you don't think you want to leave, and you're trying to convince yourself that because you take forever. So there's a party that may feel like you won't get love. You know, if that's the case, they're saying that you have a sacred mountain. And it's time to move those effing mountains that are in your way. In this case, Sacred Mountain is be still and take the time to move into the silent place within yourself. Locate your internal source of power. Wait. Be still. Reclaim your power. So when they begin to notice that behavior, just kind of call back your power. Like all of a sudden they're doing their thing and you recoil. Just kind of like go to the bathroom and just start calling back your power. And this is what I would tell you to go to my website. Amy will put it up in a minute. And what it is taking back your power, picking yourself off the floor. That's it. Picking yourself off the floor. Because they said that you're falling into a very unhealthy habit, if that makes sense. Okay, next person.
Okay, Kelly, and I can't say her last name.
That's all right. Kelli. Kelly. Mobley something something. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm not the only one that can't pronounce.
That continuation of being stuck living with her ex.
Okay. It's so important that you begin to understand that if you got to take action. Self-care is that part of that healing state. And if you're still with that ex, you're still doing that particular thing, they're saying that look at the limitations you put on yourself. Look at the beliefs. I had my ex tell me things and I believed it. You know, you're white trash. I'll just put you right back where I got you from. And that day I'm looking at him going, wait, what? Oh, hell no. I finally decided I was done. And then I just got the spirit saying, get me out of here because this is ridiculous. But you can get quite overwhelmed by the situation. Be careful if he's a gaslighter or a narcissist. Start learning the abilities of what they do. And a chickenpox narcissist is somebody that picks it up and says, this is how you're supposed to be a man, but doesn't do it fully. They're the type of person that just picks in certain little things and they think, there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you're supposed to be. It's not. But you're worn out because who holds grudges? Because you can feel when they hold grudges and it hurts. Don't be controlled by that and just become aware and say, I'm not going to lose power to it. And this is where I'd say EFT when they do that particular behavior, or if they give you a twang, EFT it out. Oh my God. Even though I responded you let that go. Okay. Anybody else?
Brianna Hughes, general.
Okay. Rihanna Hughes. General. Pick a card, and what's that card going to say? It says you feel depleted because you're so tired of the I and what? I have to be something that I don't want to be. And that creates this instability within yourself. Our whole body craves security, stability, and safety. And there's a particular instability, whether it is physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, but it's like, and there's a part of you that knows if you don't, that once that starts, it begins to feel like you're being attacked. So then you go and you scramble for a solution. Okay. You emotionally repress what? So the energy they throw out, you just kind of emotionally repress it. And then somehow that gets stuck. So you're absorbing, not observing. So I would learn to observe. And when you do feel it come in, you got to learn to pull it out. Anybody else? Patricia.
Anything.
Now, Anya, we'll get to you in a minute. Anya, if you down below and up above, I don't know if your phone shows it or anything like that, but we do have an email that you send your question to, so that way we know we can see it. I just happen to be lucky to see it. Patricia, is this Hinson? Ames?
Anything.
No, what was her last name? Hinson?
Hinson.
Yeah, okay, just want to make sure it's the correct one. Okay. My head feels kind of funny. My sugars are off. Remember how I showed that earlier? 4 fingers right at the top of the bra strap thing, right in the middle. You need to do this. Just hold it, or not so obvious. Hold it and sit there, especially after you eat. Someone throws you off and you lose your sugar goes off when somebody comes in the room. Oh, then just do that. Another one is triple warmer smoothie. Grab your elbow, take your hand, and there's a spot right here. Okay, it's not straight down. Come over a little bit. It's right under the boob. Grab, hold. Breathe it in while this is happening. I feel like that person's around. Let go. Do the other side. Because your body is going into a particular behavior. Oh, I can't see who the person is. And somebody just came from the other side and gave you a rose. They just come in, gave you a rose. I'm going to take Anya here, and then we'll go from there. Oh, that's me, Brianna Hughes. You already got it.
Yeah, Brianna.
That's Anya. Okay.
Yeah.
So I already gave you one. Excellent. Okay, what else?
Okay, Shannon Bailey.
Shannon Bailey.
I logged into your Facebook Live and would really love a 1-minute free reading, please. Thank you.
Okay. There's a lot of it going on, meaning you're an it. You're it. It's not that you're just an object, like an I-it relationship. You're it. I would say, like when you're playing games, you're it. What is that bad state? Timer just real quick. Amy, what is your acknowledgement when you're playing games? You're it. Does that mean you got cooties, or what would you know about that?
Yeah, that's the feeling that you kind of.
Okay.
Is that,
All right, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you're it. It's like placing a cootie on you or placing a target on you. Oh, maybe that's it. Okay.
That's it.
Because you're like, I don't want to be it. Oh, because it takes away your happy. It's like, oh, you can do it. Oh, there you go. You can take the trash out. You can call that person. I think somebody speaks and all of a sudden you find yourself things that you don't really want to do. Oh, okay, somebody's head just spun. Woo! Okay. The it. What about the it? Somebody that exerts their power and makes you it. It's your fault. It's your fault. So somebody is gaslighting you and blaming you. That's what I feel. Okay. Anything else?
Ronnie, anything.
Ooh, Ron.
LaRonda.
I love her name. Can't you tell? Creative. What? Towards yourself.
She wants a healing. Sorry.
Oh, hold on.
I misread.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Because it says creative something towards yourself. Okay, that might be it. I'm going to stop for a second. I'm going to answer this question before I go to LaRonda. Xena, do you use all tuition or is there some? I have had over 30 years of experience of studying. I have great intuition. I've had it ever since a kid. I shut it off after I had a tragedy, but I turned it back on. I pulled it full force. I call in. I communicate from the bandwidth. I have over 30 some modalities under my belt, but then I also study about Dispenza's work, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden. You're talking about all the greats. I really love quantum physics. I love the brain. I studied NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. I think psychology is just wonderful because but it's in the reading of the intuition with the little bit of knowledge or the lot of knowledge that I keep getting because it upgrades. is that the more you go into it and you start bridging science, and I've had a lot of religious background as well. So all of this comes together and intuition lines it up in such a unique way that it points out and says, because my filing cabinet is full, not too full, they still fill it, but filling up my filing cabinet so that intuition, spirit can access it, they start to tell me stories of all the things I already know. So people say, how do you remember everything? I study, I put it in, I memorize it, I teach it, but spirit then accesses it. So then I teach it and learn it on a higher frequency level so that it's just instantly starts using my sensory system so I can see it, hear it, know it, feel it, be it, taste it, smell it. So you can really advance yourself in quite a bit. I hope that answered that question. LaRonda, she just wants a 1 minute healing. All right. Oh, yeah, I can feel that. So all of you want to participate. You can rub your hands together. Breathe in, breathe out, place your hands on your thighs just for a moment. And you're just going to start to sit up straight, bringing the energy through the crown, bringing it up from the bottom, feeling Mother Earth, giving support. I want you to feel how spirit is above. For 1 full minute, oops, not a second, 1 full minute, we're going to send it to LaRonda. Now, y'all going to jump on the same bandwidth as me. We're going to jump on the same path. So just imagine that the spirit is just, whoop, here comes the path. Just imagine you're on it with me. There you go. Some of you think you need to jump on. You don't. You just gently walk on it. You're fine. And now that our hands are nice, we're going to, and I always seem to set the foundation and then I have it set for her. What happens is that you're not using you. You are going to allow spirit to flow through you. So you're going to get healing too. And our intention is, as LaRonda says, she wants a healing. She may not even know what she needs it for, but we're going to tap into that spirit part of her, the morphogenic that holds the habit. And we're going to ask spirit, what can we help her that would give her the most beneficial? That she physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually can feel it. And we don't have to do much except for to hold the intention. Now, all of a sudden, my hands are moving because everything is fluidity, it's movement, it's energy. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn the timer on and you're going to just allow yourself, you feel like you want to do a figure 8, you can act like a bobble wand all by yourself, which means you can really just listen to spirit. Oh, and then if you feel like you need to breathe or yawn, that's energy that's moving through you. If you feel like you have an energy jerking, that's good. This just means that their energy shifts. That's quite normal. Now I'm rotating her because I need to look at her real quick. And there we go. So I'm looking at her grid on the outside of her body. Rotisserie on a Barbie. But that's what we're doing is we're looking. There it is. She's got a hole. All right, so now energy is just energy, so you're going to transform. And you can't really create a hole, but you can create an illusion. And that means that that part just separated and transformed itself. And we're going to look at this, and whatever the reason, we're going to clear it out. And we're going to ask spirit that you continue this healing even without our participation. And then we're asking that she takes it in, and then she does it at her own with grace and ease. All right, so now all of us, because we've tapped into that field, in that mirror of that field, you're all going to just take your hands, okay? And you're going to do peanut butter with me. Peanut butter helps disconnect the people that you have engaged with. Rub your hands. You're going to scoop up like peanut butter. It's their energy. Oof, oof. Now, some of you may see color. Some of you may say, oh, this feels like light and like cotton candy-ish. Somebody feels, oh, there's a thought over here. You're going to pick it up, and then you're going to start at the top, and you're going to smother. Peanut butter smothering. And then you get to the bottom. Don't touch yourself or anything. You pick up more energy. Sometimes it's bigger. And sometimes there's a rubber band on that one. So once we get to the top, we just start spreading it again. Now, sometimes they can shrink. Now, usually it goes out further, but I just found a shrink bubble. That's fine. I'm going to scoop up. Are there any more to pick up? Okay. Get to the top. You spread it down. Now this is where you come together and you say, it's yours. And then it separates. She gets to have hers. You get to have yours. And now you're separated. Okay. Thank you for participating. Thank you for joining in on a healing that helps out everybody around. Because now I've got a hot flash. Must be setting off my balancing or setting off my triple warmer. Okay, any more?
That's all I got.
Yeah, any more?
That's all I got, unless you want to do me.
Oh, LaRonda says, oh, thank you. It's so wonderful hearing you walk through the healing. See, that's one thing about me is that I'm a teacher, and that's what we do during Reiki. A lot of people that have Reiki, the Reiki I do is the Dragon Reiki, and it's just one step of understanding things more on a quantum field. That it's the Reiki is a good energy healing, and if you keep channeling it and channeling it and channeling it, you can become so good at it. You can take different avenues with Reiki, but one thing that's always for certain is that energy moves. Another thing that's for certain is that it's a shortcut on your spiritual path. It'll help you advance your awakening. Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, it is a lot of knowledge base. Like Zena said, wow, that's one hell of a knowledge base. Yes, if I couldn't do it to myself and I couldn't experience with others, there is no reason for me to be up here. If I can't show you what I see already that's built into me, like I see energy cords, I can see the Akashic records. If I can't duplicate that for you, what's the point of being up here? There's a lot of great confidence, but it's not cocky. It is something that Spirit says you're going to have to learn to trust and faith. Otherwise, if you have wavering doubt, don't be here. And that, there are days. There's one day I came out, I'm like, oh my God. And Spirit says, that's all right. We got this. Wasn't that right, Amy? I looked like a pile of poo, but I still sat there. And then the Spirit goes, rebalanced all my chakras, knowledge lined up, filing cabinets open, spirit guides and loved ones on the other side are here. Animals are here. Oh, I'm sorry. Spirits are back there. Angels and spirit guides over here. So didn't mean to get that wrong. So when I'm doing intuition, I just jump to the bandwidth. I come down and all of these that are in the other planes of existence come through and says, this is how we're going to help you and anybody else that comes into space. Aw, you're welcome, Kelly. You're awesome. I'm so grateful to have been led to you. Thank you, Spirit. You're welcome. Yes. Just double check, make sure. And then Amy, so yeah, Amy can't get enough of me anyway. So what can I say?
Nope, I can't.
So just a reminder, there is get into the 12-12 meditation, because it is taking this energy and beefing it up and delivering it so we're all on the same plane. You will be using an elevator to get where you need to go. You will be using different codes and keys that are going to be downloading and processing. Don't know if we're going to meet anybody tomorrow, but hopefully you'll be able to get your personal secret that's going to come to you. That was the one thing they said. There's a secret that is being revealed to each of you that do come. It's something that you'll know first on the knowing level, and then it'll start building. But if you have been doing this for a while, you may all of a sudden go, shit, I know that. There will be some healing beforehand, because I find it's very important to line you up so that it's called the troubleshooting healing. And then once we got the healing out of the way and all the prep work done, then we go into the meditation, and we see where it goes. And then we come back with all of our gifts. And if some people, they're like, but I don't remember my gifts. Well, your dreams do, your soul does, and your cells do. And that's what's important, because then you're going to take one more step to go closer to your path of awakening, because that's where we are, is on the path of evolution. Now, give some spirit. Yes, you're going to have some of that. Now, nobody else came through, did they? Because I see Tammy's on. So, Tammy, did you want a reading or anything, dear? I just see that she popped on. I'm just going to double check. Are you yawning?
Energy's moving, love. Energy's moving. I'm not, it's not you. I promise.
I've had several people tell me, you put me to sleep, but it was in such a good way. Yeah,
So,
some of my meditations.
moving.
Yeah, and sometimes when I'll do meditations for people that go home, they're like, you get me in such a space, because once you've connected with me once, and then it's just easier for you to go into your meditation mind space, because you've already created within you that safety, security, and stability. And you just easy go into it again. You can do it on replay. Absolutely. If you can't do it live, then you replay it. Now, the healing, like I said, it'll be set up so that they'll be very specific. And you then, when you connect in, you can go, oh, I need to do that. And if you hear the points I tell you to hold, you hold them. And if you have to pause the thing to go a little longer, you pause it. But get all the points that I talk about, do all the healing to get yourself prepared. Because again, it is very energetically aligned. So when no matter what shit you come in with, you're going to get yourself aligned to that. That's why the healing can be done. And we're going to do it tomorrow. No sleeping today. Oh, thank you. Rhonda loves her meditation. Good. Tammy says, I came in late. Are you still available? Yes, I am, sweetheart. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. She says, you want a 6-minute? I can do one more before I go. Go for it, Tim. Oh,
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Are we going to start early with the meditation, or?
Most of the time, I like to come on at least 10 to 15 minutes early so that people have questions for me. We can get some of that out of the way. And then, but the last time there wasn't any questions, but that's fine. But yeah, I usually like to, and so what it is you pay, I invite you to the group, and then you look at the units or whatever else is communicated, and then I will get on probably 10 minutes early tomorrow. But if you have a lot of questions, like I had one person, they're like, I don't know if Betty's still here or not, but anyway, she said something and I said, oh, heal this before the show. So sometimes you can get something done before the show. No, the live hasn't happened. It'll happen tomorrow at my time, Kelly, at 12 noon for me. And where are you from, Kel? Because she says, I'm in the U.S. and it said it was this morning. What? No, that's not right.
No, 5:30 p.m. Okay. Noon is... Okay, time.
I will have to definitely look, Kelly, because that'd be awful. No, it's tomorrow.
11, 12, 5:30, 6:30. So it'll be 7:30 tomorrow night.
All right. So where about? Do you know where Kelly's from?
That's Central Time.
On Central Time.
At 7:30.
At Central. Okay, we got to put up, if you will, the different times for meditation. Say Central, Eastern, all this for me. So if you're in Central, it's 7:30 p.m. to what night?
Tomorrow is Wednesday here in the States.
So 7:30 p.m. Wednesday for you is when it'll be if you're in Central. And it'll be for me, it'll be Thursday on 12/12 at noon. So take a look at, make sure you are liked my fan page. Oh, good. Betty says it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern. She goes, I think. Yes, TP says 8:30 Eastern as well. Good. Okay, I'll have to double make sure that the event things, you look at your end and make sure it doesn't say that it's already passed, because I didn't do it. Yeah, Betty, make sure that you've gone and looked at what I wrote. It gave you a healing tool to do to help you balance that out. TP, I'm going to see if you sent it. It hasn't come through. Have you sent it yet? Because sometimes this acts up, and if I have to go into where is it I have to go? PayPal, I will. So sometimes I never know if what works and doesn't work. So did I tell everybody I have a new bird? So I have,
No.
okay, so we have a pink bird, a pink and gray galar. It's probably about 7 or 8 weeks old. It's the cutest little girl. When she gets a little bit older, then she's more trusting of us and we make that relationship, then, she'll come and visit. Now, I have to say my little Arakeet Joey is just a little shitster. He will go out of his way, aim his little poo and shoot it at you. It's liquid, man. It's like a little fire hydrant. He thinks he's a bat. I will catch him hanging upside down and walking like a bat on the ceiling. He's a place possum. He'll be laying like this all over the grid. And you think, oh my God, my bird. He's like, what? Just laying down. He's the funniest bird. And now that we have Vivi or V, V is that pink and gray galar, and she's like, hello. And Charlie, our big bird's like, oh my God. He climbs the highest perch, tries to get so far from her. Oh my God. I'm like, Charlie. Joey's like, oh, somebody to play with. He steps on her, walks on her, sits next to her. I have not seen her alone ever since we put in there. Joey is just like, aw. Now she's either going to get annoyed to hit him. Either Joey's in love or whatever, but those two are inseparable. It's hilarious now. You know who I miss? Gigi. Oh, there it is, vintage babe.
Gigi is so busy right now with working.
Christmas.
The holidays that.
Yeah. Okay, we have it. Okay,
and I have another 1 minute.
Okay, first we're going to take Miss Tam. And Tammy, do you want me to call you or just because I've decided I'm calling people these days? If we're friends, then yeah, I can call you. But if you do not want your voice to be on, then no, you don't have to. That's not required. Just to let you know. There's this one fly teasing me. I swear to God. Oh, there you are. But if you want me to call, I think that's the only Tammy I know. You know what? It didn't go there, so she may not have it. That's interesting. It just disappeared. Oh, there she is. Wow, that doesn't make any sense. All right, so if you want me to call, then let me know, and I will. Oh, I got to get to the right screen. Silly girl. Just here. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so here we go. 6 minutes it is. La, 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 la. Oh, I feel like I need coffee, or I smell a fresh brew of coffee. Oh, it's just like, okay, it's a cold morning or something. I just want to go, And there's this time that you want with yourself. And everything looks pretty good around you. And why does my voice want to go? It's about choice. What's it about? I can feel it. What is this? Tell me what this is. This is being affected by her third chakra. And what's affecting it is her large intestine and lung. Okay, so when you have the large intestine and lung meridians affecting you, it can cause you to have like asthma, or it can cause you to have throat issues, like a phlegm. You need to clear your throat or any of that stuff. Sometimes sinus issues. But I just feel like that morning it's like, I just can't. And you're trying, you're happy, but your body is, Your body's insecure? About what? Here we have something cloudy. Failure. So is there something going on in the body that has too much acid? So it's like you got too much acid. What are you telling me? Where are you going? The vibration inside of her has been lowered intentionally by somebody, by this active thing with acid. So it's a chemical thing. Gotcha. And it is to do with your ego. Did it get hurt? No. Have you thought about that you wanted to make someone feel like shit? Have you been thinking about that? It's not action. It's just, have you played around with thinking that? I'm curious. She says, I just woke up 5 a.m. That's why I'm enjoying the coffee. Yes, gave up the coffee. That's why I really want it. Oh, that makes sense. Chest issues this week. So again, you can have issues up in here because of those meridians. Okay. So have you though been doing the ego thing of like running a scenario, having to make someone feel like shit, but you'd never do so? Very good. And it's very simple. It is, yeah, she's been rehearsing a particular thing that happened, and maybe they should be made feel like that. I don't know. But that she's like, yeah, the event's been running through my head. It's interesting because as you're thinking about it, there's a set of confusion. But what is this about? Well, it's about that second chakra. You just won't let that shit go. So it has really affected you because they said you keep repeating it. What? Okay. Motherfucker exerted his. Okay. So exerted his energy, but caused the muddled instability. Okay. And you expected what? Expect something other than that energy that was exchanged. So, wow, whatever the event was. Yeah. It's like when you love them to pieces and their shit from the issues of the past come up. Yeah. You don't really want to cause them harm, but you can't help it to go over in your head. Well, what would you like her to do? They would like you to face this rejection feeling, a feeling that you felt before and it was rejected. You felt this feeling, and that's what the energy of your going out, creating this person to do this. That's why you're obsessing. You couldn't stand up for yourself then as a kid, and it's happening again. And there's a party that said this is old, it's familiar, but it's continuously a reaction. That's why there seems to be more acidic. So find something alkaline, eat certain alkaline foods, stay away from too much acidic foods, help the body help itself heal out. And would you benefit from? No, because you ain't giving that up. That's how that's how you stop him from getting away with it, is by you thinking about it. Well, that makes sense. But you're fully aware that there's a deficiency to say anything because you just like galled. There was a well, what do you want her to do? Just start to acknowledge at this point, because it's creating excessive. You can EFT like the feeling and start to get all the meridians to communicate so that it can get to a stage where your body would say, oh, okay, I don't have to do this anymore, because we got to get the 41 thoughts per minute to slow down. And the best way to do that, if you can do EFT, great. If not, place your hand on your forehead and just go, oh, motherfucker. I don't care. You can use whatever language you want and just keep it there. Keep it there, put it on a scale from 0 to 10, be aware of how you feel. And then what happens is eventually the thoughts are going to come down. Your emotions are going to come down and stay there until it's like there's absolutely nothing left. Don't keep any for just a little bit later because it just grows. Get it gone. Okay, if you want to. That's only if you want to heal it. There's no pressure. None. Okay. All right. And we'll put that there. There you go. You said you had one more? And then I'll go. All right, what you got?
Cleo?
Oh, wait. No, that's right. I did it right. Okay, say it again. Who?
Ursula Cleo.
Ursula.
Cleo. She wants a 1 minute read.
Ursula. Timestamp that. Ursula. Miss Ursula. The procrastination that you feel is really not yours. It is a form of habit, and it's serving you because you're really not in the alignment as something that you really want to do. Because you're not in alignment of something that you really want to do, then your body goes, well, it's not that important. And therefore the GPS says it's not that important. And then all of a sudden you get a little lost and confused of what and where you want to go. Because I said it was somebody else's stuff, you've picked up the way that people procrastinate and took it on as your own. Okay? But there's more. But you feel awkward and you feel ashamed that you're being a procrastinator. You've told yourself that it's bad and it's wrong. Just getting aligned to something that makes you happy, because in this case, you make yourself very helpless. You're like, why can't I do this? I should be doing this. I think you're not like with me when I want to do my dissertation and I feel like I'm procrastinating and I will force myself to do it. Spirit's not involved. Spirit says, no, you have to wait for the information to come. We have to piece it together. There's a right timing. Everything's aligning up. Just wait. And then there are times that I procrastinate, like cleaning the house, is because I just don't feel motivated. And so then I ask Spirit how to get myself motivated. And the next thing you know, I get really lined up and then I can clean the house. But then there are some people that are just people that procrastinate and that just lingers. I have to get away from those people because I can morph into that. So that's not a good thing. Okay, all good. Nothing else?
No.
All right. Whoops. I lost my screen. You guys have been wonderful. I still lost my screen. You guys have been wonderful. And thank you very much for being here, for sharing. And we will talk to you later. Remember to resolve to evolve, heal instead of deal. You can heal that, and stay blessed. Stay blessed, everybody.